Fight fans, this is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I am live to discuss the news about the sport of boxing that I love, that I hate so much. Listen, we got Snow. Is he out of jail? We don't know Snow. Rene Padilla Jr. Salute Kurt. It's amazing to hear that Joseph Parker wants Big Bang Zhang. Yeah, it is good to hear. It is very good to hear. Skrilla 50 in the building. Hold on, Skrilla. Hold on a second. Skrilla 50 in the building. So, Joseph Parker really surprised me this morning. You know, that's one of the first things I read when I woke up this morning, that, you know, he wanted to fight Zhang. Or, because Wilder it's like Wilder has the dibs to everybody. SK Audio, let's go. Counterpunch to you. Arthur Game 16. Wilder sacked his coach. You saying, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say Wilder sacked his coach. I don't think Wilder will sack his coach. I think I know that Lennox Lewis has recommended that he get another trainer, which means sack his coach. But I didn't say that, okay? Joseph Parker has a great resume. Absolutely. Skrilla 50 in the building. Listen, guys, okay, you look at Joseph Parker being 31 years of age. He's the youngest of everybody. He's younger than Fury. He's younger than Ruiz. He's younger than Joshua. He's younger than all of them. Hold on. Let's see. How old is Frank Sanchez? How old is Frank Sanchez? 29? How old is Frank Sanchez? Go.
31 years
He's
old.
31. He's the same age as Frank Sanchez. Okay. Good day, Kurt. Mr. Isaac in the building. Counterpuncher, you ass skip. Zhang would kill Parker. He is a stronger, faster, and more skilled Joyce. Actually, no. Joyce is known for pressure. Zhang is known for counterpunches. See, this is the difference you need to understand between Zhang and Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is a guy that's coming to get you. He's coming to you. He's applying pressure. He's throwing punches and bunches. They may be slower than molasses in the wintertime. They may be slow, but they are coming, and they are constant. Zhang is a guy, southpaw, he's waiting to set up shots. It was a perfect fight. Zhilei Zhang versus Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is coming to Zhang, giving a counterpuncher everything a counterpuncher needs. That's why it looked so dominant, because Joyce was coming forward with punches. You know what I mean? Zhang was He was coming with these counterpunches simply because he knows, hey, you're giving me everything that I need to set my traps, to set my counter punches, to set up my attack. That's what traps mean. When people say, what do you mean traps? That means traps are certain techniques that you look for, that you use, okay? So you can set up traps or set up counters, okay? Thanks for instructing me as a mod. Absolutely. Absolutely. Skrilla 50 in the building. Nah, Zhang can pressure if he wants to. Okay. Ask Skip, think about this. Based on what you said, if he wants to, right? Okay. Not saying he doesn't have the ability, but what does Zhang lack? What does Zhang lack? What do you need to have the ability to pressure anyone? What do you need besides desire? Everyone has the desire to do certain things, but that don't mean they have the what. Come on, people. Stamina. Ask Skip in the building. Absolutely. So, I'm not saying that Zhang's lacking anything. I'm saying that he doesn't have the amount of stamina, okay, to gas tank, exactly, SK Audio, same shit. He doesn't have that to constantly apply pressure to a person that's always moving. He doesn't, and Andy Ruiz don't either. But that's pretty much, look at Canelo. Canelo really doesn't have that either, because most counterpunchers are not pressure fighters. And they're not constant pressure fighters because they have made peace with knowing I'm better at countering than I am pressuring, that I am pressing the attack forward. I'm better than that. Zhang is a 6-round fighter. See, Zhang is a guy that he is a okay. However, he's a dangerous 6-round fighter. Okay, you better ask Joseph Parker, and you better ask Philip Ergovic. He's a very dangerous guy. Zhang can beat anybody in 6 rounds, but guess what? Okay, Skrilla 50. Guess what? What happens when he doesn't? We've seen when he doesn't beat someone in 6 rounds. What's the outcome? A decision. How do we know he's going to win one? See, all that other BS plays into it comes into play at that point because, okay, you got a 40-year-old or a late 30, you got a guy that doesn't speak English, you got a guy that his next fight may be his last best fight, okay? So we don't really know what really happens. Robbery from Hergovic. People are going to call it that because the politics came into play. Okay, let's see. How old is Philip Hergovic? Go. Robert Hergovic. How old is Philip Ergovic? Okay. All right. It's playing shitty. Somebody tell me how old is Philip Ergovic before I find out. All right. Let's see. 31. Okay. So guess what? 2 years ago when they fought, he was 29, right? Undefeated, right? Still undefeated, right? Why would you then, what are you going to do? A late 30s Chinese, is he silver Olympian or whatever? Or would you go with the younger undefeated guy that speaks English? See, boxing is a business, okay? So, yes, that's one of the things that I hate about it, but there's also one of the things I understand about it. So as long as you understand and accept that boxing is also a business, you can also see certain outcomes happening. Like I told you guys, let me give you an example before I get back to the comments. When I was in Sosua, shout out to Flip Flops Bar and Grill in Sosua, Dominican Republic. When I was there with my boy John Cinco and others, and we were watching Lomachenko take on Devin Haney. And I told people, I said, Lomachenko's beating Devin Haney, but he's not beating Devin Haney to the point that he's going to win a decision. Remember, I was saying that. I was saying that throughout the night. I was saying he's not going to win a decision. Devin Haney's going to beat him on the cards. Why? Because it's a business. Devin Haney's undefeated. Lomachenko's 35 years old, and he's not. Okay? And we don't know the outcome of what Vasil Lomachenko does because there was a war at the time. So we don't know what was happening or going on. And after all, you know what? We don't even really hear about the war no more, do we? Is it still on or what? Don't know. Kurt, we haven't heard from the Crawford-Spence rematch. When are they going to fight? I don't know. I haven't heard anything, Renee. But when I do, I will let everyone know, including you, because I haven't heard anything about anything. We do know the next fight from Crawford or Spence will be against each other. We do know that. Yep. And we also know, based on what Terrence Crawford said, he only has 2 fights left. He's going to fight 2 more times. He wants Errol Spence the rematch, and he wants Canelo. That's it. If that happens, fine. If it doesn't happen, I don't see Crawford doing anything else. Because see what Crawford has understood now. He's made that check that he's probably should have made years ago, messing around with Bob Arum with, and the restrictions from the PBC and Al Heyman, and people didn't want to see him shine. And you know what I mean? Look, people, let me tell you something about Terrence Crawford real quick. Terrence Crawford was discriminated against by his own people. I'm going to say that again. Terrence Crawford was discriminated against by his own people. There were people, black people, saying, oh, man, Terrence Crawford, he ain't marketable because he's dark-skinned. Oh, what a shitty thing to say. But it was said. Oh, it was said, people. And I was like, what? Right? I mean, it happens. Now, Hergovic won in the later rounds. Has skipped. Okay, how did he win in the later rounds, though? He used those legs. He used the mobility. He boxed. He moved. He avoided those heavy shots of Zhang. You think Joseph Parker can't do that? You think Joseph Parker isn't a better boxer than Philip Ergovic? Come on, man. We need to think about this, though. Everybody's talking about Joseph Parker because everybody's saying because Joe Joyce whooped Joseph Parker doesn't have a chance against Zhang because Zhang stopped Joyce. That's why people are saying that. And we should stop that triangle theory bullshit. It does not work in the sport of boxing. It does not work. These are not puzzle pieces that perfectly align with each other. It doesn't work that way in boxing. Boxing is its own individual organism when it comes to two new, fresh fighters, regardless of who they won or lost to. Okay? We have to understand that. And when we get that through our heads, we need to just sit back and understand, okay, how is this fight going to evolve based on the two fighters that are in the ring that night, right then and there? That's what we need to figure out. That's what we need to make peace with, and that's what we can enjoy, because we won't think we're so damn smart trying to figure out an equation. Boxing is not about an equation of who beat who. Boxing is an equation of who fights who on the given night and what happens. Sure, there's other things involved, but really it's simple as this. One guy fighting another guy. No other opponents exist at that present point in time on the night, people. That's what it means. Counterpunch. Let's go. Everybody said Zhang dropped Hrgovic. No one talks how he dropped him. I don't remember Hrgovic dropping Zhang, to be honest with you. Yes, no, he pulled him down, so it shouldn't have counted as a knockdown. Okay. Hrgovic is overrated. His hugging fest and McKean proved that top-level competition would beat him up. Well, I'll say this. It wasn't the best performance, and in fact, based on that performance, you could argue that Filip Hrgovic may be, not as good as he was. But then again, it could always be a bad day at the office. Come on, man. People have bad days at the office. I think Caballero can beat Hrgovic. I believe Caballero can beat Hrgovic. Looking at those guys, especially someone like Hrgovic that is big and menacing. He has the size and he has that demeanor, kind of like Arslanbek. It's just the only difference is he's more chiseled. He's more well-rounded. You know what I mean? He's more polished than someone like, he's not as rugged as Arslanbek. And Arslanbek is just push, push, push. You know what I mean? No, Hrgovic actually has boxing ability. He chops with his shots. He's not the cleanest fighter, but he's a lot cleaner than Arslanbek. Okay, so knowing what we know about that guy versus that guy, yeah, Caballero is the guy that can use legs and the guy that knows how to pick his shots. I was very impressed with Caballero. And you know something? I never seen Caballero fight before. Caballero's name was thrown around 2 to 3 years ago by Tyson Fury and others, that Tyson Fury was going to fight Caballero just to stay busy. You know what I mean? And that fight never happened. And you know what? It just went away. And I was just thinking like, okay, well, what happened with the Filip Hrgovic? I mean, with the Aget Caballero fight? And nobody could ever tell me. That's why I knew, well, maybe there's more to this Wilder'S shit. I don't know. Wilder versus Hrgovic, if Wilder ducked Zhang. Well, here's the thing. Would Hrgovic want to fight Wilder? What's in it for Hrgovic? Let his old sparring partner lay his ass flat out? Don't get me wrong. I would love to see it, and that would be a smart fight if the fight could be made. But I don't think Filip Hrgovic would want that fight with Wilder. That would give Wilder, it would be ingenious. It would be. I would rather fight Hrgovic than Zhang. For one, I know about Hrgovic. I know how he fights. I fought this kid when he was 19 and I was 25. I know Filip Hrgovic, says Deontay Wilder. So yes, if I'm Wilder, I would want to fight Hrgovic. That's what Eddie wanted for Anthony Joshua before the money grab fight with Francis Ngannou. Think about it. That would be a nice chess move from Team Wilder. A guy that beat Zhang. Zhang beat Joyce. Joyce beat Parker, and Parker beat him, and he fights Zhang. Man, it's beautiful. Mwah. Beautiful. It's beautiful. I'd love that idea. And hit him in the back of the head shouldn't even get counted as a knockdown. That's a dumbass statement. Crawford is a proven winner. Yeah, it is a dumbass statement. I agree. But Parker can't take the shots that Hrgovic ate. How do you know? How do you know he can't take the shots that Hrgovic ate? Has Hrgovic ate the shots that Joseph Parker ate? You got to think about it, ass Skip. Let's think for a minute. Okay, listen. Has Joseph, see, here's the thing, and here's another thing. We can't decide who could eat whose punches or who could take whose punches because the punches that both of those guys took were from different punchers, different people. Okay, so that's like saying, oh, well, Philip can take. So can Philip take a lot of those punches like Joe Joyce put on him? That's another good fight. Philip Hrgovic versus Joe Joyce. What? Yeah, I would love that. That fight may happen. Joe Joyce may get an opportunity to fight him because Joe Joyce has got some stuff up his sleeve that he ain't trying to tell people about. Cabello versus Parker sounds good to me. It does. And that fight would be pretty technical, I feel, because you have two guys that are not that big, two fighters that are between 6'3" and 6'4", and they're really not that big of fighters, but I think they're technical, and I think they are, they do have boxing ability and ring IQ, so you won't see a lot of sloppiness. Just like Arslanbek brought the fight to Cabello that gave Cabello the opportunity to set up shots like he needed to put down Arslanbek. Joe Parker won't do that with Cabello. Cabello would have to be on the inside, even though I love the punches that Cabello throws. That left hook to the body, that's like a Mickey Wad shot. Michael Buffer. Remember Hrgovic's father died, it must have had affected him. I remember Ronnie Shields was trying to motivate him in the corner. Michael Buffer, he talks about that a lot, so definitely Philip Hrgovic talks more about his father passing than other shit. So definitely, I think it affected him. I mean, what could you do when you lose a parent? Like, especially when you're on a mission to do something and your focus is something totally different besides your family and your family member, your family, your mom, your father, one of them die. That takes takes a lot of direction off of your focus. I know, for example, I remember this is 2024. 11 years ago, in 2013, I was probably one of the most struggling actors / stuntmen out there. I was getting calls, but I wasn't getting bookings. I was getting called backs, but I wasn't getting bookings. Okay. And I would train 3 hours a day. I would work 10 hours a day. And then I would eat throughout the day, small increments. I would wake up, I would do 400 rocking chair sit-ups every day, 400 jumping jacks every day, 100 push-ups a day. I would do 50 squats a day. That's when I would wake up. I would do all those while I'm boiling 2 eggs and eating some oatmeal. I'd take the oatmeal and I'd crush the eggs up in the oatmeal. Strawberry oatmeal I used to have. And I was pushing and pushing and pushing. And, I was hearing stuff like, hey, man, your mom ain't feeling too good. Your mom ain't feeling too well. And I'm like, man, what's going on with her? You know what I mean? And it would go in and it would some of it would come out. So I would hear it, but I'm so busy focusing on this and that and the other. And then my mom is calling me. She's like, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? Are you okay? She's asking about me. I'm supposed to be asking about her. So this whole time I'm sitting there doing all this, that. I was dating a girl at the time, so I'm dating a chick. I was dating about 2 or 3 chicks, to be real with you. But I was, I was everywhere. I was at work. I was at the gym. I was at the dojo. You know what I mean? I was at home resting, and I was doing everything. So my mom dies. Psh, out of there. All that shit, none of it mattered. None of it mattered. At that point, like, everything was just like, drop it. Why? Because now I understand what Philip Hrgovic went through. Saying all that to say this. It's hard to be motivated by something that demotivated you that you had no control over. So you have control of your focus, but when someone dies, you have no control of that. So at what point and how much of an effect does it have on you? Well, I guess it's how you felt about the person, or, I mean, it's a different thing. So, shout out to Ronnie Shields for at least attempting to get this guy in the ring. And the way Philip Hergovic talked about his father, I can definitely relate, because when you lose a parent, for everybody that has both of their parents still alive on the chat, I implore you, it is warranted. It is deserving. If you get along with them, if you guys can stand each other, if you love your parents, please, pretty please, with sprinkles on top of the shit, talk to your parents daily, okay, or as much as you can. Because when they're gone, they're just gone. That's the best thing I can tell anybody. I know it's off topic, but we were talking about a boxer that lost his father. My father's still alive, but my mom's gone. She's been gone over 10 years. And it ain't a day goes by I don't think about her. So I understand when things like that happens. Philip Hergovic, I think that's a battle outside the ring that's considered a loss. It's a challenge. Why is it a challenge? Because that's something that you go through your life and still have to maintain and do. So you think about it. He fought Zhang under those conditions. So if you look at it like that and you say, oh man, Philip, man, they robbed Zhilei Zhang. Think of it like this. You got a guy that just lost his father. You don't know what the relationship is. They might have been thick and thin, thick as thieves. You don't know. Obviously, it affected him to that degree. And he did that. Normally a guy that's okay, I'm going in for a check. I mean, you don't care about a check if your parents or one of your parents check out. You don't care about that shit. That's low, man. You can make $357,000. Dude, I don't care about 357 nothing. Okay? So yeah, it's true, man. Real talk. I think Parker exhausted himself punching Joyce and got disheartened that his best shots weren't putting him away. Well, I think now if he fought him again, he should know that they shouldn't. I'm not going to forget the original topic. I gave you guys everything straight. I only seen him the once when he fought Chisora. I wasn't impressed. I want to see Wilder KO Zhang. Quan's big guns. I bet you do. I think a lot of people do. A lot of people have not given up on Deontay Wilder, and I don't think people should yet. I think this is normal for everybody. They're going to blame the trainer. They're going to blame him, and we know by now Wilder's going to bring every damn thing up except him. Hey, I got beat. It's crazy that Andy wouldn't even fight Chisora. Remember when he called it? Well, Andy's not going to fight anybody that doesn't have clout. Andy Ruiz is a clout chaser. That's what he is. And if he does fight anybody, it's going to be someone very little known and very little resistance. That's Andy. Counterpunch Boxing Management. Kurt makes this happen. Absolutely. Tony Numba. Wilder and AJ will KO Hergovic. I mean, if they ever fight him, where's Black Cloud at? Wilder is the Warriors. Skrilla 50. Joyce should fight Grand Theft Auto Miller. That'd be a good fight. Hey, I'd watch it. If Miller ain't in shape, Joyce is going to do what he always does. Because Miller, I don't believe Miller has the punching power to hurt Joe Joyce. I just don't. I just think those guys will just punch the shit out of each other, and it will be one of those fights where they take a lot of damage. Unless Jarrell Miller, if he doesn't lose 30, 40 pounds, and, come on, bro. He's already 330 something. So he needs to lose 30 plus just to get out of the 300s. And they prefer him to be at like 280, 275, 280. That's what they want him at. So that's another 15 pounds or so. I don't see that happening. So that man got to lose 50 pounds? Come on, man. No. Joe Joyce versus Hergovic sounds good. Sounds awesome. It does. I would rather want to see Deontay Wilder versus Andrew Ruiz on the AJ Francis card instead of Wilder Zhang. I don't care which one it is, as long as we see Wilder back in the ring, because at least he will be knocking the cobwebs off. At least he will be in the ring consecutively instead of the shit he's been doing. But I'm gonna tell Wilder fans, it's your guys' fault. You guys didn't pressure him to fight nobody. You guys sucked his dick. You guys patted him on the ass. You guys talked about how hard his punches are, just because he knocked out Helenius. And everybody, that if anybody should know anything about Helenius, and Helenius is chinny as fuck. Helenius was knocked out by Jarrell Washington. Okay, so look, he's been knocked out before. That ain't his first rodeo. He just comes off of two good wins by the guy that was undefeated at the time, Adam Kalnaki. That's his best win, Adam Kalnaki. He was the guy that solved the Kalnaki puzzle. He was the guy that really realized that, you know what? This juggler don't have no defense. I'm about to knock him right out. I'm taller, I'm longer, my reach is better. I can reach out and touch him. I'm going to stand his ass up with the left and knock his ass out with the right. That's exactly what happened to Adam Kalnaki. After that, Adam Kalnaki has not been the same, because his face was cracked open by Mr. Helenius, the Nordic Nightmare. But the Nordic Nightmare had a bad dream, and his name was Deontay Wilder not too long after that. But understand, the Nordic Nightmare also had his own problems, had his own kinks in his chin. So that was going to happen anyway. Lose is lose. He's still Warrior Wilder. Well, we can't really give him well, I mean, he took some shots against Joseph Parker, but I mean, he just showed me how uncoordinated he was. He wouldn't throw. He couldn't pull the trigger. Kurt the Trojan. Yo, Kurt, how do? I'm good. Chris R and FTB. I'm doing good, man. So the problem with Hrgovic is he started at age 18, but only defeated cab drivers. Well, to be fair, Philip Hrgovic was that fighter that was calling out everybody in the top 10, and nobody wanted to fight him. Facts. Nobody wanted to fight him except Zhilei Zhang. Facts. Kurt's a player. Let's go. I've had my day, man. I've had my day. Cue Ball, what's up, brother? Good morning to you. Fury was out on his feet and bleeding like a stuffed pig in the 12th versus Weiland, yet the fight still wasn't stopped. Well, I mean, obviously he could take it because you know what I mean? He fought all the way through it. Let's look at it like that. Otto Vailene, yes. And Otto Vailene did his best to smear. He was trying to smear that shit open. You know? Kurt, good to see you live. Cartman, counterpunch to you. Appreciate you, brother. I'm very happy to be here. Yes. Yeah, man. I think that Parker. Oh, yeah, while I'm live, man, I want to give some shout outs to some smaller channels that need recognition. Shout out to the J. Roos Theory. That's my guy. You guys subscribe if you haven't. And shout out to Aries Zodiac Boxing. He has some lengthy videos. They're kind of lengthy, but if you have time, I'll listen to him when I know I got somewhere to go that'll take me a while to get to. If you go on 5 minutes up the road, maybe he ain't the one to be listening to until you get home. But yeah, if you got somewhere to go, he's definitely good to listen to. Wilder's last fight shows you he's over. Oh, he showed me that he's rusty, and he showed me that people were yes men around him that told him he could just go in there with a game fighter that's a former champion and just do light work of him. Put the link in the comments, Kurt. Snow and Andy was 260, and he was active too. Black Cloud will need a shout out too. He must be struggling at this time. Black Cloud has a channel. I didn't know he had a channel. You know, you got a lot of people that hate me though, bro. I got some people that hate my ass. Yeah, man. That's okay. They're just doing their job, isn't it? Needs to finesse the uppercut and right hook, then Wilder's back. El Willio, Kurt, what's up, El Willio? Canelo versus Crawford. Who? That's what Crawford wants. Who knows? Yunes, press conference for Joshua and Ngannou are on the undercard presses too. Okay. Wilder's career was filled with contradictions and lies and gifts. Skrilla 50, that's exactly what he said about AJ's career when AJ got beat by Andy Ruiz. His career was set up for contradictions and lies. He was never a true champion. It's like, damn. Tell us how you really feel now, Wilder. Great. Jealousy, that's all, Kurt. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you know, I think some people don't like the idea of somebody saying something that has a bigger following than them. You know, so a lot of people do not like, they don't agree with you, the last thing a person that doesn't agree with you wants is for you to have and get a bigger platform. I've heard people say, man, I fucking hated your channel. I wish your channel would get shut down. But I look back, you had 5,000 more subscribers. You know, that's gratitude for you. Only boxing channels to watch is Hatman, G-Man, and you boxing gyms. Counterpunch boxing. Yeah, I like Hatman. I listen to Hatman. G-Man boxing sometimes. The cat on the couch, he's on the lazy boy. Yeah. Yeah, he's just like casually laying back and just shooting you his thoughts on the sport of boxing. No, he just saw Wilder take another beating. Lewis should stop talking and offer Wilder to train him. Snow, you got a point there. Because if he feels that way, look, Lennox Lewis taught this boy how to throw a jab the first time, or to remember how to throw a good jab. I would love that. Lennox Lewis, that's probably second from what's AJ. Since the mother suckers can't get along, AJ and Lennox Lewis, that would be good, bro. Bro, do you understand how good AJ would be if he had Lennox Lewis in his corner? You think about it, like, because this is all that happens. All AJ does is pretty much, especially from a fighter, he just implements what Lennox Lewis taught him or what Lennox Lewis does. Roy Jones does the same thing. Roy Jones teaches his fighters the way he fought. So he basically teaches them the Roy Jones Jr. Rooster Chicken style. Okay? You know that. You know, so Lennox Lewis would do the same thing to AJ. You see AJ was baps, 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 leaning into shots. Bro, that would be good. Any news about the undercard of Joshua and Ngannou? I haven't. Kurt, you and Coach Malachi at least use some boxing criteria over fan emotional shit. Well, if you look at it's called Coach Malachi, right? I'm pretty sure he knows his shit. Coach Malachi, one of them short dudes that'll fight you all day. Motherfucker, I ain't finished. I ain't finished. You know what I mean? He looks like he likes to fight. Been here for you, had 3,000 subscribers. Just don't comment a lot. And you know who I am, my man. FTB, counterpunch to you in the place to be. Right here, you see, because it's FTB. He's been here since 3 bars. Yeah, man, that's and 3,000 subscribers. I remember that was like 2018. And I was stoked. I didn't, 3,000? Jesus, the hell? I was happy at 300. I was bragging to my girl, Ashley Everett. Shout out to Ashley. I call her Double A, right? And we went to truck driving school together. And Ashley was like, I'm telling her, man, I got 200 subscribers. Like, yeah, that's great, bud. And it was great at the time. Name the 5 best boxers in your opinion. The 5 best boxers? Boxers. Sugar Ray Robinson, Larry Holmes, who comes to mind? Muhammad Ali, of course, Floyd Mayweather, Mark Breland. Those the boxers. Okay, you want the other 5? You got Edis Landilata and guys that really know how to box. You said boxers. Bruce Vane is a good channel too. Yeah, Bruce Vane is a good channel, but Bruce Vane is not a smaller channel to me. Bruce Vane has been around for a long time. Bruce Vane, bro, I used to be hanging out with my boy Kid Fresh. Shout out to him. And dude, we heard Bruce Vane go off on Wilder so bad. We were like in tears, dude. Like, we were like, I think we were drinking too. I always get out there and bring a bottle out there, because he stays like in the northern part of Louisiana. So like we would go out there and just kind of hang out today, chill out for the day. And man, he went off on Deontay Wilder so bad. Dude, we were just crying. I'm like, dude, this dude here is crazy, And then that's one of the first times I heard Bruce Vane, him go off on. It was like it was like a documentary movie slash deal, But yeah, it was crazy. Bruce Gas has a small channel that's good has Witherspoon on all the time. It's a good channel. Lennox be an amazing fighter, amazing for Wilder. But yeah, I mean, he would at least teach Wilder how to be more aggressive, and I think he would teach him some combinations from afar. I didn't like how Wilder was fighting, and I'll say this because I don't want to jump down Malik Scott's throat just yet. I don't want to do that because too many people do that, and understand the more you blame Malik Scott, the less you blame Deontay Wilder. Malik Scott only can train him and instruct him what to do. If he's doing what he's supposed to do, that means he did his job. That means you should leave Malik Scott alone. Now, however, me saying that, and Malik Scott is only motivating him to fight more like he used to fight and be timid and not box enough or use as many constant punches, and his consistency is off. His punch output is off. He's just not even formulating the jab. He's waiting for the fighter to get in to even set up the jab, to throw the right hand. By that time, with his long ass arms, it's already too late. If he is only motivating him to fight like himself, he needs to go. That's what he needs to do. I don't care what he's instructed him, because obviously Malik Scott has adapted some of his own footwork and his own techniques onto Wilder. I did remember when he said, well, I don't have, and I was a good boxer and had a good boxing eye, but I didn't have the physicality. Remember that? Wilder does. Well, that means you're just doing what Floyd Mayweather is doing to Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, and many, many more, because he's just showing you what he would have done if he would have been fighting right now, who he would have been fighting right now. That's why Ryan Garcia is not fighting Devin Haney. That's why, guys like Davis never fought Lomachenko, was because of Floyd Money Mayweather. Well, what is comparison? Well, if Malik Scott is affecting Wilder in that way, he needs to get rid of Malik Scott so he can pour out everything and then start anew with somebody else, because that shit there, that and then move. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Throw a shot or something. Give this man something to respect. That's how Joseph Parker came in there, because Wilder didn't get him anything to think about. Just a pawing jab and your head stuck straight up like that. Come on, bro. Current fantasy fight, cruiserweight, Usyk versus Cruiser, Roy Jones Jr. I'm not going against Roy because see what that meant Roy Jones Jr. was that meant Roy Jones Jr. was still undefeated and he was still kicking ass, and that was before he went to heavyweight. So this was before the second Antonio Tarver fight. Okay, the first real fight that Roy Jones ever lost was against Antonio Tarver in the rematch. He beat Antonio Tarver, so he has a win against Tarver. A lot of people just think he went down from heavyweight. He fought Antonio Tarver because he called him out because there was a lot of people he felt was ducking him, and then he fought Tarver, and then he got knocked out in the second round. That is not what happened. He went up again. He called out Tarver. He went 12 rounds with Tarver. He beat Tarver, and then they fought again, and Tarver knocked him out. Any excuses today, Roy? Any excuses today, Roy? That was the night he knocked him out. Several minutes later. That's what happened to Roy Jones Jr. Y'all must have forgot. Kurt, when you fight Andrew Tate? I ain't fighting Andrew Tate. I wouldn't fight Andrew Tate. I'll box him. I'll box him in a boxing match. But I mean, you gotta have some money. Come up with some money. I don't see any money. Still got the t-shirts. Nice. Raffle or something is his name. Always knew channel would blow up. Real Giza. Always knew the channel would blow up. Real Giza. Yeah, it has, and I'm really surprised and I'm thankful. You know? Dude, I mean, it's been a long way. I mean, I wouldn't change it for anything. You know, I really appreciate it. Firing Mark Breland was Wilder's worst mistake. Can't teach someone who doesn't want to learn. Well, if Malik Scott is teaching Deontay Wilder how to be like himself, if he's teaching him something that is not going with his style of aggressiveness and success and progression, he has to go. And I do agree with Lennox Lewis if that's the case. You know, if Malik Scott if Malik Scott is telling Wilder, hey, Wilder, I want you to set that jab up, use more jabs, follow through with the right hand, keep the distance, okay? But make him respect your jab. Keep him long, keep him at the end of the jab, keep him at the end of the jab, keep him there, keep him there, keep him, bow, set up the right hand. That's what he should do. And if he's instructing him to do that, if he instructed him to do that, that's who he should stay with. But if he hasn't, if he's just sitting there telling him to move around and not commit to the jab, just sit around and, throw these shots and, and then wait till the guy's here and then throw a jab. Now your right hand is over the target. No, bro. No, get rid of him. He needs to go. But Lennox Lewis, though, this is what I will say. I don't care for anybody that talks shit that has an opportunity to become a solution. Don't talk about the problem if you're not going to become a part of the solution. Lennox Lewis, I am disappointed in him in that aspect because he did teach Wilder a lot of stuff. Wilder, I think this is what I think. This is Wilder, I think, feels to Lewis like Joshua felt to Vladimir. Because, look, Joshua will call Vlad and ask him questions. They're on that same kind of like wavelength when it comes to character and it comes to the way they carry themselves and stuff like that. Overall natural athletes. If AJ wasn't boxing, the fucker would still be at the gym. He would be one of those guys. Yeah. He would still be getting in there. Just like Vlad. They're just gym rats. They're just gym rats. They have the same type of mindset. Andrew Tate versus Kurt, CP in Saudi Arabia. Let's go. How old is Andrew Tate? 36? That's good. He's a grown-ass man. He ain't like a baby. I don't want to be fighting babies. I don't want that. I don't want a guy that could be my kid. I don't want to fight my kid. My oldest daughter's 23. No. I don't want nobody that young. Love your channel from Sheffield, England. Fury is the best out there. Team Morehouse at SWFC. Team Morehouse. We will see next month. Fresh from Fresh and Fit. No. Kid Fresh, not Fresh from Fresh and Fit. No, Kid Fresh, a friend of mine. Bruce Vane doesn't have a filter. No, he doesn't. You know? But I think Bruce, his ability to not show his face on camera, you know, gives him a better, it makes it easier for him to do that, you know, because a lot of people come after. I believe the shit he says, if he was like me, yeah, hey, Bruce! Bill Haney is the real deal. Just put in Tony Weeks in the A side will win. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Tony Weeks is, I don't know, he's been tripping lately, man. I got to do another referee review over the referee review that I did, and I was talking about how good Tony Weeks was. And then he pulled that shit with Rolly. And Baroque, it was sad. Hard to teach Wilder at 38 or 39. Well, here's the thing. I think what people should understand, the hooks, don't worry about the hooks. He's not a hooker. He's a sniper. And I think they need to give that sniper some upgrades and let him throw that jab in the right hand. At least throw combinations. You don't have to put everything on the right hand when you throw it. Then I think that's the problem. Wilder's work ethic is too poor for Lennox to train him. No, it ain't. Lennox Lewis will have him the way he's supposed to be. Come on, throw the punch. Throw the combinations, Deontay. Throw them. Come, throw them. Throw the combinations. Throw the combinations. See, look. Set up the jab. Jab, right hand. Left hook, right hand. Throw it up. I want you to see that every time. I don't want to see jab, right hand. I want to see jab, right hand, left hook, right hand. I want to see that, Deontay. No, show me this. Show me. You know, Wilder. Turn over the hook, lad. Turn it over. Deontay, turn the hook over. Throw it. Put your body into it. He will get Wilder right. He would get Wilder right. He would. Bill Haney is the trainer of the year for me. Tyson Fury is the best heavyweight boxer in the world. Okay. Sheffield all day. It doesn't matter who trains Wilder. Wilder doesn't like to train, and he has no skills, but Wilder does throw some good hammer fists. I mean, look, he's just wasting energy doing that shit. What about Usyk versus Fury? What you saying, counterpunch, sir? Usyk is training like the Dickens. Tyson Fury, it appears that he is too, but we can't really tell about Tyson because Tyson is good at selling wolf tickets too. Anybody that self-promotes, you have to be careful that what they say is not always what they're doing. Okay? You know, because, see, Tyson Fury, I don't think trained like he could have trained or should have trained in the third fight. Now, I know he had the complication with his child. However, to let him tell it, Tyson Fury was in shape like a mother sucker. And his father later said, no, he wasn't. He wasn't in shape. He couldn't even run 3 miles or 3 minutes. But he had Wilder thinking that, hey, I'm going to be 300 pounds in there. I'm going to be 300 pounds, Deontay. And had stupid-ass Deontay putting 300 pounds on a... I'm like, okay, so you think that's going to help you because you're able to bench press 300 pounds and you will... And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Bro, you're supposed to be squatting that because when he grabs you, this is not going to help you. These are going to help you. So you're going to have to be able to either shift or move come out of that, or when he lays on your back, your legs need to be strong enough. And as you can see, he kneeled to the ground like Jon Snow or anybody before the Dragon King because he could not take the weight. We seen that in the third fight. Let me get this super chat. Hold on a second. Ricky Torres, Tony Weeks gets an award, ref of the year. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Yeah. Tony Weeks is tripping. Kurt, I think you would KO Tate. He has a skinny neck. Well, he has a problem where I've seen Tate's style, and I think Tate is the kind of guy that I'm not saying he doesn't have defense. What I'm saying is the type of once you get past his defense, if you can breach his defense, you can knock him out. Because we've seen him knocked out by guys. Just punch over the shoulder. Because he'll be up like this. And he likes to block. He likes to block with his backhand. Well, bro, if you like to box with your backhand, you have to block with your backhand because he likes to. That's how he likes to block with it, so he'll have his jab arm free. Well, here's the problem. If he has his jab arm free and he jabs and he misses, right? He has to worry about the other side of his face. Kurt, what up, Kurt? Wilder versus Jermaine. You think Wilder has a chance? Yeah, he has a chance. Hell yeah, he has a chance. Counterpunch to you, my brother, here from Holland. Joel. Stefania, counterpunch to you. Andrew Tate fight make you 500,000 minimum. 500,000 minimum? Let's go. 500K? Let's go. Outlook. And Andrew Tate, don't get me wrong. I respect him. I like him. I like listening to him. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I hate what happened to him. I think it was more of a character assassination with Andrew Tate. But as far as, all that shit aside, he is a public figure. And I think he got too big for his own good. You know what I mean? Like, he can't, like, a dude like that, you can't be that dude that goes out abroad and get chicks, bring them home, slam them, send them off. Show them a good time, but they don't look at that. They're not going to see he flew them in, he took them out, they seen the sights, he showed these girls something with their beautiful selves that they've never seen. They come back to his crib, his castle with his cars, and he's in his Bugatti or whatever. And then they do the damn thing They're all bedazzled and, and amazed. And, they're just kind of, oh, wow, this is really cool. Then, then they get worked, might have some wine or whatever and just, get a steak in them, some shrimp, some lobster, and then get something else in them. So saying that and then sending them back off, I think what happens, I think he got the reputation for that. And I think that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You know what I mean? Because I think he's just too pragmatic. See, those fresh and fit dudes, you hear them talk about a lot of stuff they do, but they're just really kind of analysts. But he was really doing it. Let me show you what I'll do. Now, this is what I'll do. I'll take the chick, take her over, show her a good time, bring her back to my pad, slam her, we'll go back, send her back to her way, no hard feelings, everything's good. You're like, damn, okay. The fresh and fit dudes, they're not as, they're not that. I don't think they're those dudes. I think they have a good platform, and and it's a lot of lame dudes that need help getting women. It's a lot of people out there that need women. Speaking from experience, Kurt, School of 50. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? I'm definitely not a fresh and fit. I'm more like a Andrew Tate than those cats. See, those cats have to insult women. And then see the women that they get, they're already in the industry of like porn stars. I don't deal with people like that. I don't deal with people. I don't deal with women like that. I don't deal with women like that. Kurt versus Tate at Wembley or Las Vegas. Probably Vegas. Kurt, who are you backing? You in a street fight. I have Marcos Maidana, Mike Tyson, and Robert. Give me Mike Tyson any day. Maidana would probably get knocked out quick. Roberto Duran, which Roberto Duran? Are we talking about this? Which one? Now? No, thanks. Kurt, Kurt, you love women. I love women. I do. That's no secret. You know what I mean? Everybody that look, everybody except one particular girl that has my red shirt on. That's one of my brother's girls. You know, he's my brother. He's, you know what I mean? That's one of his ex-girlfriends. But everyone else in that I've been with, used to date, we're friends, or something like that. That's that. When dealing with the women that are there, either ex-girlfriends or just friends, or somebody that I was linked to in some type of way. Okay, that's how that is. A lot of people, you know those chicks or whatever. Well, yeah, I do. You know, I hope Big Baby is innocent. I hope he is too. And we got to talk about Big Baby. Big Baby, I hope the things that we don't know about vindicates him. Haney should fight the IBF champion at 140. Who is that? Kurt has girls. Stunt. Miller must have been smoking crack to pull off a move like that. I hope not, because you know they still have to test him. He's not off the hook. Jarrell Miller's not off the hook by no stretch of the imagination. So I hope that he, was reading some scriptures of the Quran. And I think that motivated him, and he's probably reading here and there. And I think he decided, because he was in Saudi Arabia, to make that transition over there and say, "Oh, full force." And I think if that helps him stay off the drugs, the banned substances, the performance-enhancing drugs, or whatever drugs there are, I hope that helps him stay away from that stuff. Because I believe, my opinion, that Jarrell Miller had a problem. He couldn't stay away from the shit because I think it was too much of a habit-forming deal. I think Jarrell Miller did it so much that it just became habit-forming. I think the things that he did, and the HGH, and what he knew, and he accused AJ of doing it. Like, come on, bro, please. Nobody gets that natural. Nobody gets these natural. Nobody gets those muscles natural. Look. You got ain't no way you gonna jump. Ain't no way, B. Ain't no way you gonna gain that type of muscle mass in that time natural. See, he knew because he was doing it. He knew he was doing it. Thanks, Kurt. Your content is phenomenal and always compelling. Appreciate you, MP, in the building. Prison men would play with Miller. I hope he's not there to be played with. Prison is a totally different thing, man. One of my favorites, and it's so crazy. It's crazy because if you guys ever seen Oz is like a television show from the late 90s and the kind of early 2000s. And that would be one of my favorite shows. And like I watched it, like I watched a few seasons like a couple months ago, hanging out with my dad, helping him move in Louisiana and stuff. And I watched it and I was like, this is some of the gayest shit ever. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because it's like, why are you tripping about that then when you were watching it then? And then, out of BC. Yeah. And it was like, that's normal now. Like, dude, like, TV has totally changed. You can't find a sitcom, a drama, without something that's dealing with something that's or they're trying to push as normal today, or common, should I say? Not really normal, but common. So I'm watching it and I'm like, dude, that's kind of crazy. But I'm like, what are you tripping on? I had to really just think and check myself, like, dude, that's what's all on TV these days. You know what I mean? Everything, like the stuff that's on television now is like, they were like the pioneers of it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, that dude's getting slammed. What? You know what I mean? Ricky Torres coming in with another cinco. You guys need to get like Ricky. Bernard wanted to go to the bathroom and give Bill a black eye, not shake his hand. Also, Bill got hit with a piss bottle after the Lomachenko fight. Ricky Torre. Yeah, that was funny. And see, Bernard was doing that. He was trying to do that respectful. I used to be a thug, but I'm a businessman, but I'm going to show you a thug thing. Then, come on, let's go to the bathroom. I'm serious. Come on, let's go to the bathroom. Come on. He wanted to beat up Bill because Bill is outspoken and he's young. Bill's like, I know Bill Haney. Bill Haney is a guy that speaks whatever's on his mind. You know, and he's loud with it. He's an extrovert. You know what I'm saying? He's an extrovert. He's one of those guys, and his objective is promoting his son. And it's working. He's pissed off Bernard Hopkins. And Bernard Hopkins is known for his own extrovert type, social, you know, in your face, self-promoting type personality, right? It's all this cancel culture nowadays. Yeah, you can't say too much, man. That's why I say about stuff and I shut up. Would boxing have another heavyweight on the level of the 80s and 90s? I don't know. Because let's look for a minute. Miller, if Miller gets off the hook, he's still already 35. Jared Anderson, he's like 23, but then yet he looks like he's on the highway to hell. You know what I mean? And he doesn't even want to stay he doesn't have a passion for the love of the sport. You know what I mean? To even be a part of it, to be attached to it. You know, he's just a guy that's really good at what he's doing, and he's tired of doing what he's doing. You know, so he's not that dude. Frank Sanchez will probably be good if he has the opportunity, which I doubt he will probably get. Let's just be real. I don't think Frank Sanchez, being a Cuban that doesn't have a country behind him, he doesn't look like Canelo Alvarez, so he's not marketable in certain circles. I don't think that'll help. You know, he's not down with the brothers. Or el hermano. Hermano de arriba. What? What that mean? No. So there's a language barrier with that. You know, and dude, here's the thing. I know Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez is a cool, light-spoken guy. He's cool and he don't talk a lot, and he's light-spoken. Okay? He looks just like a cousin of mine. I got a cousin. I could show you my cousin and show you Frank Sanchez. You're like, oh my God. The only difference is Frank's bigger and my cousin's shorter. You know? Maybe Miller wanted to get inside of a prison to be a drug mule. Too much gay TV is bad for your eyesight, Kurt. FTB. I don't want to see it. I have nothing against it. But I don't want to see it. Me personally. You know, and I get people with their own struggles and situations and stuff like that, but I don't want to see it. You know, I remember, like, is Logo? Is it Logo? Logo? I think it's Logo, right? What happened to Logo? You know, ¿cómo estás, carnal? Lord Triple P. What's up, brother? Kind of punch to you. Quan, if Killer had boys like that, why didn't they stand up for him before he got in trouble? Kurt, counterpunch to you, brother. Ex-con in the building. Xavier Williams, what up, Kurt? Do you think Wilder should at least be 220 pounds because he looks too damn small at 212? No, he just needs to know how to punch. He doesn't need too much muscle or whatever on him. You seen that foundation? You know what I mean? Like, Wilder needs to get his legs stronger. He needs to work on his legs, work on his foundation. I think that will help him become stronger. I know it has helped me. I wish I could told myself 20 years ago to do more leg work. You know what I'm saying? Like, If I could, my legs are a hell of a lot stronger than they were when they were 25, but I guarantee you I had more testosterone when I was 25, looking like Michael Phillip Thomas. I look like Michael Phillip Thomas. And I used to have me and my homeboy, they thought we were undercover cops. Because I looked like Michael Phillip Thomas and he was a white cat and he looked like Tubbs. So we all drove around and, we had Cadillacs and convertibles and stuff like that. Did you see O'Hara Davis fight? Yo, Barboso. Shout out to him. Señor Viejo. Salud, por favor. Este viejo gano todo. And it showed you why Tony Weeks was needed because, was it Barroso? Is it Barroso? Barroso, right? That's why. Because he was going to knock out Rolly. He already dropped Rolly. That's why Tony Weeks came in, did that bullshit, sidestepped in. No. Because he knew that there would be a situation where Barroso was close enough to cooncock and mollywop his ass again. That's what the case was. Ricky Torres one to watch. If a boxer can't speak English, he is not marketable. Well, I can't say that. Look at Canelo. Canelo, shit, he needed an interpreter for the longest, right? Up until when? 2020? Come on, bro. And then see, I think that's bullshit too. Why do people like Canelo? Come on, man. Why do people like Canelo? Can anybody tell me? Why does people like Canelo? Triple G. No, goodbye, nah. Come on, man. And then when he got whooped, he went back to the Kazakhstan language. I'm like, wait a minute. What happened to the not good boy? Red hair. What else, Jorge? Did he look brown? Did he have caramel skin? Did he have brown skin? No, he looked like Opie Taylor. He looked like, come on, man. They marketed him because they knew. When Oscar De La Hoya seen that white boy down there in Mexico, they already knew. Oh, he's a blanquito. Pero él pelea muy bien. I want him. Canelo, ¿estás listas? ¿Estás listas para lo que sea? ¿Estás listas, chico? ¿Estás listo? Estoy listo. Estoy de Guadalajara, México. Lo fuerte. He's Mexican. He's Mexican, but he looks like Ron Howard's son. Come on, bro. Come on. Am I lying? Am I lying? He did not speak English. He did not. Estoy listo para la entrevista con una visión. Estoy lista por este pelea. Estoy gran campeón. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why chicks liked him. I'm going to tell you, this is my experience. I was at one of my stunt brothers' house, and he had, and it was me, my stunt brother, which was a black dude. Okay, everybody else was white. Now, just give you guys a scenario in the atmosphere. It was chicks, and now this is in Louisiana, and he was going to fight Floyd. This was before they fought Floyd, and he was like, oh yeah, I like Canelo. Yeah, white boy. Yeah, he don't speak English, but yeah, he's white. He's white. Oh, he's so fine. Oh my God, he's so fine. Yeah, I hope he knocks that. I hope he knocks that. That what? I hope he knocks Mayweather out. That's not what you're going to say, was it? You know, Kurt, what have you been? Would have happened if Jarrell Patar fought Usyk at the cruiserweight? I don't know. You'd have to catch Usyk. I don't know. See, and look. Opataya is good. Jarrell Patar is good. Jarrell Patar is a good fighter. He's heavy-handed. He's gifted. But that fight he had with what was the last guy that my man Otto fought? What was his name? It's only because Canelo is Mexican that makes him popular. He does fight good competition and well, but he gets his ass handed to him by Triple G. De La Hoya saw Canelo, but see, here's the thing: people saw, and De La Hoya knew this. De La Hoya knew why people liked him. He was He was a tough kid from East Los Angeles, but he was marketable because the motherfucker looked like a model. You know what I mean? They knew. That's why he was on Puma. That's why he was on 10, 10, 220. You remember, guys? You remember 10, 10, 220? Back when we had payphones? I mean, I called out of the country. So 10, 10, 220. If you guys know, come on, my Latin peeps. We knew 10, 10, 220. You can call that and it gives you time off and you save money. You know what I'm saying? You guys remember that, right? 10, 10, 220. Come on, man. He was in all types of promotions and stuff like that. Yeah, he look. And I know you're saying them big Southern booties in Louisiana. Man, them girls were crazy over Canelo. Oh, that redhead. Oh my God. It makes me splash in my panties. Hey, makes me splash. Like, what the makes you splash? Oh my God, every time I see it, makes me splash in my panties. I think TC beats Canelo same way he did Spence. I don't know if he knocks out, bro, if he stops Canelo, he would be like, Anui, I'm sorry, you're good. You had 2 weight classes, 2 undisputed in 1 year. Yeah, it's hard to conquer that. However, you're smaller and we don't know the competition level. We know the competition of Errol Spence. We know the competition level of Canelo. And if Terrence Crawford can beat both of those guys, I don't give a shit how long it's been. He beats him this year and he beat last year and he beats him this year. That's what it is. Or do you think Joshua should still fight Wilder rather than Ngannou? I think Big Bang will knock Wilder out within 5 rounds. Well, Nikki Blue Eyes Austin, counterpunch to you. See, here's the thing. By us talking about just Wilder and Joshua, what are we doing by default? We're ignoring what Joseph Parker did. Now, I know people don't really want to see Parker and Joshua because I told you guys I don't. But is it really fair to Parker? Is it really fair to this dude that he did what he did? And see, this is what happens. And we're talking about former champions. We had 4 former heavyweight champions, if you want to include Dubois. So let's do that. You had Joshua, you had Wilder, you had Parker, and you had Dubois. Correct? Okay. All of these guys are former heavyweight champions. Unified, WBO, WBC, WBA regular. Okay. So we have all these 4 champions. Just imagine they're up there and I'm doing the editing. Okay. They're up here. And these guys Joshua has fought Parker, so we know the outcome of that. But was it really dominant? Not really, but whatever, right? Because Parker then went on to get beat by a guy that Joshua knocked out in 2015, 3 years before that, so nobody cared anymore. So then Parker was kind of like, who cares? Okay. Then you had Wilder, which was the reigning WBC champion that hasn't fought any of those. Then you had Dubois that just redeemed himself for beating Miller that night, but quit twice, really. Let's be real. He damn near quit in the Ledena fight, and he quit against Joe Joyce, and then he quit against Usyk with that jab. So, oh! Praise the gods! Right? So, that's what happened. So, based on what we have guys that never fought each other, and until they did. Parker fought Wilder, and then we see Parker is better than Wilder. And Parker has the capability of beating Wilder because he beat Wilder. Okay. Joshua never fought Wilder. Dubois never fought Joshua, which is fine because those 3 guys were really at one point. Forget Dubois. Those 3 guys were all former champions, but at once upon a time, they were all champions at the same time. Correct? So if they're all champions at the same time, that means nobody was really better than the other one until they stepped into the ring together. I don't care how long it took. Okay? Joseph Parker is just better than Wilder. That's it. He beat Wilder. And it showed that Wilder's no better and he's up under Parker. So you got Wilder here, Parker here, Joshua there. So there you go. I mean, look, and don't get me wrong, I'm a fan too. I gotta be a fan to love the sport. I ain't one of those sticklers. Oh, no, I don't think. No, I want to see Wilder fight Joshua, but is it really fair to Parker? It ain't. And Parker's taking it like a G. He ain't bitching. He ain't pissing. He ain't moaning. He ain't saying, I think that if I beat Wilder, I think I should get a crack at Joshua Waters and Gono. I don't think Chicano is supposed to be here at all. You know, he could have took that road, but he didn't. Because he's also like us, like me, like you guys. He's a fan of the sport. He wants to see fights. Like, I'd like to see the fight happen. That's a great fight. You know what I mean? I'd hang out with Joseph, man. I'd hang out with Joseph Parker. Because I think he likes to drink. And I like to drink at times. You know what I mean? I haven't drank this year. You know, it's one of my things. I make an effort not to drink. You know what I mean? Just really staying focused, you know, and training and working on my career since, you know, the film industry is back in full of force. You know, get those guns right, get them ready, get in the gym, stay in the gym. You know what I mean? Put the prayer behind it and get this thing started with counterpunch boxing because we be roxing news. So, yeah, but I think, you know, you got to respect Joseph Parker. You got to respect him. You know what I mean? And Wilder, everybody's treating Wilder like he's supposed to still be on a pedestal. Now, some people are shitting on him. But then again, the people that are kissing his ass, it's like, well, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. Why are you kissing his ass still that hard? You just seen what happened. Stop all that excuse loving. You're all these excuse making loving guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He ain't been. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he ain't been in the ring. I get it. He has been in the ring. Okay, I get it. But then still, he should have been in the ring. Let's see what he does. I'm at the point with Wilder. This is how I feel about Wilder right now. I think Wilder should prove everybody that he is that guy that people thought he was. That's what he should do. Because everybody that's been saying that he's this, he's that, and then some, you know, they're still trying to say it, but like, is it any real power behind it now based on what we saw of Wilder? Wilder has to show the people that doubt him on top of the people that love him that he is that guy. He has to give them a reason why, not just saying it because they're fanatics and they're idiots. No, give them a reason why they love you, adore you, worship you, and whatever with you. Give them a reason why they are that way. Okay? Don't let them just be doing all this crazy LDBC alphabet channel bullshit for no reason because they've been doing it so long they don't know any other way to do it. I mean, after all, I mean, they don't want to be hypocrites. It's like, I think the LDBC, I think they're really what's the word? I think some of them are what's the word? Misunderstood. I think they're more like Dallas Cowboy fans, like football fans. It's like, you know, like Dallas sucks. But if you love Dallas, you know, you got to rock with them. And a lot of people have said, dude, I know Dallas sucks this year, but that's my team. I think they're like that. That's what I think. Truth is, Wilder will fight whoever the Saudis tell him to. I think the truth is the Saudis will fight or tell anybody to fight and they got to do it. Oh, fight. Greetings, Kurt. Al Wilder needs to be back in style as beat Zhang. He knocks out Zhang even to this day. Everybody gonna love him. Man, you see him knock out Zhang? Zhang bow! Zhang did this here. Man, he looked like that dude Frank knocked out. Remember Frank Sanchez hit that dude did this? Man, I love it. I love it. Big shout out to the Counterpunch Real Talk. Grab your dinner or have your lunch, breakfast maybe. But you know, one thing, Counterpunch is #1 Real Talk. Does the Shelf Anthony. Appreciate you, brother. Strangeness, Zhang will find him and then we will probably never see AJ Wilder. This is what I fear of Zhang. Zhang coming up. Bow! 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 That's what I fear. Because if he hits Wilder flush with a right hook like he hit Joyce with, pobrecito. Lo siento. Para tu cara. Man, it's crazy. If that happens, yeah. That's what I fear. That's what I fear because see, if Zhang hurts you, he's gonna finish you. And look, Zhang's 40 years old. You think that dude got time to? He ain't got time to do all that. He got time to knock you out. So if he does hurt you, he's going to knock you out cold. Out cold. He's going to knock you out. I'll put Ruiz in with Parker again. You know what? I bet you Ruiz wouldn't fight Parker. No, I don't want Ruiz. No, I don't want Parker because Parker, I want Joshua. He wants money. Look, Andy wants money, and this is what happened with Andy. And I'm going to tell you what happened with Andy and Wilder. Al Heyman did not have enough money to give Andy Ruiz to fight Wilder. That's the truth. Because Wilder was the A side of that equation, naturally. And Andy and his father thought that Andy was worth more. But in essence, they thought that Wilder was worth more to give Ruiz more. You see what I'm saying? I think the same thing happened with Fury. I think, year before last now, when Tyson Fury fought Derek Chisora, right? Wouldn't he in talks with Ruiz? I think they would have offered Ruiz $2 or $3 million to fight Tyson Fury. And see, Ruiz, the problem with Ruiz was with the top dude. So he knows what people that claim to be the big dogs or the best or whatever, he knows where they're supposed to be in order to offer a certain amount. And they didn't do that. See, what Ruiz did was Ruiz looked at, well, I've got $7 million to fight Joshua, and these bitches are trying to offer me $3 million. And he knows, like, no, this is some bullshit because I got $7 million with Joshua. I don't want to fight you for $3 million. By the time they took $3 million from my taxes. So imagine what they're going to take after this little measly $3 million. They're going to take $1.5 million. Leave me with $1.5 million. I might have $1.5 million left. Come on, man. That. Andy's looking at it like, okay, then Wilder, they probably offered him. And Malik Scott said one thing, and Wilder said another thing that contradicted what Malik Scott said. And in the truth of it all, whatever they offered Ruiz, he did not like it because he was so accustomed to what he had already received twice. Not just once. It wasn't that one lottery ticket that Ruiz scratched off. ¡Ay! ¡Gano! Nosotros cambios para siempre! Right? It ain't like that. It wasn't like that. He got it twice and twice as much. So the cat made $7 million because of his big brother Jarrell, okay? And then he beats Joshua. Beats him up. Then he fights Joshua again and gets $13 million. So that meant they probably took about $3 million from him. So they left him with $4 million. So he was around balling. Andy was balling, getting grills and shit, buying grills and shit. He was getting grills for the carne asada, grills for the boca. He was getting grills everywhere, right? Then he fights him again, and Al Heyman, being Al Heyman, shout out to him, got him $13 million because I think it was actually going to be the same amount because they wanted to give like Andy, I think $7, another $7 million, and they were like, no, he's the champ. Give this man more money, and he got $13 million. So that meant they took about $5 or $6 million in taxes, so they had to pay that out. So he did twice as much. So wait a minute. So you mean to tell me this man has probably got a net worth of about $10 million in 1 year. And you think he's going to go back? Okay, that's just like all these chicks that marry these rich football players. And then they're whining and dining. They're going here, they're going there. And then they break up with these dudes. They might have a kid and all this stuff. And then when they get a divorce, I want a divorce. What do you think? They're going to go back to the hood or go back to wherever they came from? No, their level of expectation or customs have risen. The same thing happened to Andy Ruiz. The same exact thing. This man ain't taking no money like that. He's not taking that. What did he say about Wilder? They're trying to make me take the same amount of money that I made with Luis Ortiz. I'm not taking that shit. I'm on my treadmill. Come on, man. He blew it all on Snickers. Shit, he had Snickers. I get Snickers dipped in oil. You gotta hurry for it hardens. Then when I shit, my turds will be gold. Oh man, it's crazy. um, look, listen, but you can't make that up, man. You can't make that. That's Andy. Andy ain't gonna fight nobody without money. And then what he learned is that people didn't have it like Joshua. You know what I'm saying? So he knew the only way he was going to make the amount of money that he was going to be okay with or comfortable with is to fight AJ again. That's why he can't stop talking about it. I didn't like the Wilder. I didn't like the auto performance. I think he was a bum. I don't think he had power or skill. I didn't like Joshua's fight. I'm happy Wilder got beat. Oh, he was happy about that, huh? Yeah, of course he was. But he's not a champion. He should realize AJ was the cash cow. I mean, he knew that. And then I think the Godfather of boxing. Listen, AJ found out he was the cash cow of that division. And he had to learn it the hard way because he thought things had shifted. AJ got beat twice. So he's thinking, okay, well, AJ's no better than me now. That's how he's thinking. This is how he's thinking. Do you like school? But listen, so he thought, well, Wilder, he's thinking Wilder got beat, so he's down there with him. Joshua got beat twice, so they're both down with him. So you got Joshua, Wilder, and Ruiz. He's looking at it like, listen, you guys are no better than me now. So when he started negotiating to fight Wilder, he's thinking like, I was the unified champion. I'm the first Mexican champion ever. You know what I mean? So, I fought him, and all this. What did you do, Wilder? You got whooped a couple times. You lost your belt, and then he kept your belt because he knocked you out. So, listen. And then it was all about the money they were offering. If they would have offered him, if they would have at least offered Ruiz the same amount of money that Joshua offered him in the first fight to fight when he was begging Eddie Hearn to fight and sending emails and shit to him. I love you, Eddie. I think you're attractive. I think AJ's so good. I love you guys. Please. Evo Malekith. Counterpunch to you. Kurt, I think Wilder at this point is damaged goods. Fury took his soul in the third fight. Well, we'll find out if he keeps fighting. See, if he don't fight again, that's easier to believe. And in that case, who cares if he did or not? Because obviously he did something because he ain't worth a shit when he fought Parker. So, I mean, that's your last real effort against a fighter that beat you. So if he never fights again, if Wilder says, you know what, I'm not going to fight Zhang, I'm going to go home and spend time with all my children and spend this money, have another child with my fiance, right? And live my life, hang out with my statue, have a picnic right in front of my statue. Shit, that's what I would do. If I had a statue of me just sitting there. That was my statue would be like this. This would be my statue. My statue would be like this. That's what my statue would look like. Like real talk. It would look like that. It would, and I'd be hanging out with it, eating donut, eating sandwiches, This is my statue. Y'all like it. Look at it. I love it. I love this statue. Right? I'd be around there too. I'll be doing the same shit. Dude, I got a statue. What do you want from me? I'm hanging out there all the time. I come there with some polish, with some damn. Now, knowing Deontay Wilder, he'll probably get somebody to clean it. I think you missed a spot down there by his balls. Yeah, see, you need to, make sure his balls are shiny down there. Make sure his balls are shiny. Yes, Kurt, how you're mean. What? I'm just saying. Wilder retiring was with his greatest victory is Luis Ortiz not good. He'd bring Luis, come here, man. Come hang out with the statue with me. Come hang on the statue. Oye, quedar aquí. You stand here. Quedar aquí. Yeah, stand here. Hang out with me. Everything good. Bring your folks and your family. You like wine? Vino, sí, vino, sí. Me gusta tomar. Yeah, all right, drink this with me. Cheers. All right, salud. Cheers, yeah. We say cheers. Salud. Yeah, man. I mean, he said that. He said, man, I want to hang out with Luis Ortiz. Yeah, I'm ready to hang out with Luis Ortiz. I'm almost 40. Kurt, you be tripping, clean his balls. You know, come on, man. He'll be looking at every aspect of the statue. You missed the spot on his crotch area. Can I say that? Crotch. You missed his crotch area. A lot of people said Wilder and Fury only fought each other so often because they were avoiding real threats. Recent results back that up. Stewart. You said that, pal, not me. You said that, bud. You know what I mean? I mean that, you know, and if, okay, so what that means is, you know, I look at it like this. When Usyk beats Fury, that will be true, Stewart. That would be true. Because that meant they stayed. I look at it like a federation. Like, you remember when you had Pride, then you had UFC, and then when they merged, Rampage Jackson fucked up Chuck Liddell. I mean, he tore him a new one, didn't he? Or did he not? He tried to fight him again. He lost again. And this is what happens when you finally when you open the floodgates to fight true competition or other competition or different competition, you're going to have different challenges. Okay? So when stop it, Stewart. Who was the real threat? Whoever else they fought. Joseph Parker for Wilder, Alexander Usyk for Fury. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about guys that normally that they didn't fight. See, they had from 18 to 19 to 20 to 21, right? For 4 years, they really didn't fight a lot of people. The people that they fought already got beat by other people, for the exception of Otto Wallin. Everybody else that they fought, that they already been beat. They already been either Tyson has already beat him, like he beat Derek Chisora and he fought Wilder. They were busy fighting each other. He fought Otto Wallin and he fought a couple other guys that really nobody really heard of. Nobody was avoiding Parker. Obviously not. That's the point, Scance Rants. Nobody was avoiding Parker, but Parker was the representation of other challenges from other fighters. He was a different opposition. He was a different challenge. But he come up short, didn't he not? Wilder did, fighting Joseph Parker, because Joseph Parker was not that guy that was in the PBC. He was not that guy that was this, oh, hey, fight me. He wasn't a fucking Travis Kaufman. He wasn't a Jarrell Washington. He wasn't an Adam Kalnacki. He wasn't a guy that never became a belt holder. He was a guy that became a belt holder. And who did he beat to become a belt holder? He beat Andy Ruiz. Close. But Wilder ain't never fought Andy Ruiz either. See, we have so many cases in situations where these boxes ain't been checked. So yeah, Joseph Parker fought Wilder. Okay, shit. You know, now what do people say now? Scance Rants, what do they say? Man, Ruiz would have beat Wilder. Now, I don't necessarily believe that. However, we'll never know if Wilder never fought him, because everybody thought Parker would get his ass knocked out by Wilder quick. Just like that. Wilder thought it. Everybody around Wilder thought it. I thought it too. I thought Wilder was going to eventually catch him. But he didn't. So it gets you to thinking like, oh, well, shit, how good is he really? Parker was on the juice side. Wait, Parker was on the juice side, so he fought guys on that side. No, it wasn't on the side. Because he fought guys like Joe Joyce. Okay. He fought Dillian White. He fought Derek Chisora. Now, if you're saying on that side, are you saying that side of the pond, or are you saying like that side of the street? You talking that Errol Spence shit? If you're talking that Errol Spence shit, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? That has to be a reason why he didn't fight him. Now, Wilder did say that they had a fight once upon a time, and Parker decided to fight AJ, but that was about the money. You knew it was about the money. If you were Joseph Parker, you would have fought Wilder for $400,000. You would have fought Joshua for $7 or $8 million. Come on, bro. Don't act like that. Don't act like that. Wilder is going to get knocked out by Zhang. Now, I guarantee you, though, if Zhang gets his ass knocked out by Wilder, everybody will love Wilder again. And I told you that's the guy that he needs to face. Didn't I? Did I not? Did I not say, hey, he needs to fight Zhang? I told people that. Why Zhang? Zhang beat Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce beat Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker beat Deontay Wilder, so he beat the guy that beat the guy that beat the guy. So, okay, so if Parker for juice, for money, why blame Wilder? Nobody blamed Wilder for that. I didn't. I'm just saying it was an opportunity to fight Wilder, so there's no side of the street deal. What you're trying to claim, like, oh, side of the street. No. They could have fought. It's just Joshua was just more money. It's just like, what the fuck? Why are you gonna no, I'm fighting this dude. I'm fighting the unified champion. And then look, I get the opportunity to fight for the WBA and the IBF and $8 million or $7-8 million versus fight Wilder with the WBC for $300,000 or $400,000. I'm not doing that shit. But he had a choice. It wasn't like, hey, I'm on this side of the street, so I can't fight over there. That's bullshit. I don't believe that. I never believed that. I think Al Heyman knew who to fight and who not to because he didn't know what their capabilities were. Like, they didn't want Terrence Crawford to fight Errol Spence, really. You know that. You know they didn't want it. They didn't want Terrence Crawford coming over there. And then what was the thing that it was saying? What was the thing that was said? Man, why did you get with that white dude instead of getting with Al Heyman after you renewed? And everybody thought that Terrence Crawford was stupid. No, Terrence Crawford was smart because he knew what he was getting. And what was the problem over there at the PBC on Al Heyman's side? They weren't getting paid the way they supposed to got paid. Everybody said that, Wilder included. Everyone said that, man, we ain't getting our money on time. Shit, I still got money he owed me. That type of shit was going on over there. Whereas Terrence was like, oh, okay, well, I'm getting $3 million guaranteed, and you got a promoter like cheap ass Bob Arum bitching and moaning because he has to pay Terrence based on the contract. I have to pay this fucking guy that he doesn't sell, but I've lost so much money on Terrence Crawford. He's mad because he has to pay Crawford. Crawford's like, fuck you, pay me. Truth. Bob and Oscar sued Al Heyman for overpaying. Oh, that's when he had the money. Oh, I remember that. But see, Oscar in particular, because Richard Schaefer grabbed most of the talent from Golden Boy, if you know this or not, over to Premier Boxing Champions. And yeah, they paid him a shitload of money. I mean, it had to be an appeal. And then he put him over there and just tribalized them. Kurt. Hey, Kurt, how are you? I'm good, Matt. I'm pretty good. Do you think about Hrgovic versus Parker on Joshua and Gono card? Hrgovic versus Parker. Yeah, I would like to see it. I mean, if Parker's ready for Hrgovic, I think Parker's ready for anybody. That's why you can't hate on Parker. Parker ain't running from nobody. And Parker used to be known. What was the narrative of Parker? He used to be a ducker. He's ducking fights, right? Well, shit. He's gonna fight Zhang. And then for him, that would be better to fight Zhang, just for the same reason it would be for Wilder to fight Zhang, because they both got beat by that person. So Joyce beat Wilder, so Wilder should fight Zhang, whereas he fought Zhang because Zhang knocked out Joe Joyce. So he's like, okay, well, shit, I know Joe Joyce is a mother sucker, but he might not be that big of a mother sucker after he got beat by Zhang. So my objective is to fight Zhang. Okay, because Zhang took him out, so nobody's really worried about Joe Joyce no more because he's no longer that dominant force that's just whacking people and taking them out. You know what I mean? He got stopped by Zhang. So I'm going to be the person to beat Zhang. Ta-da! That's how it works. Yeah, that's how it goes. Kurt, when is Hunter fighting? Man, that's a good question, dude. Look, Michael Hunter. I don't know when Michael Hunter's fighting, man. I don't know. And I feel so bad for him because it's like he's a good fighter. And I think Michael Hunter will whoop a lot of these dudes. But it's like, where the hell is he? You know what I mean? And he's not really necessarily like cordial with Eddie Hearn. So if you haven't taken a loss, you haven't been in a real fight, most likely. Yeah. You haven't been in there with a guy that's just as talented or trained or, you know, to that degree to beat you. You got to be with somebody that knows, hey, that has the capability. More than likely, you see, and that's another thing. That's another indication that you did not cherry pick a person. Broner on the comeback trail versus Rolly. Broner's done. Adrian Broner's done. He's peaked a long time ago, but I think a lot of distractions hindered him from showing his true potential, including Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is one of the main reasons Adrian Broner ain't the fighter he's supposed to be, or his resume is not. And Adrian's been in there with a lot of people. Listen, Floyd took this opportunity from Adrian, and he stopped him from his own redemption, and he's wrong. But if you're that good, you will not lose. Well, I don't buy that shit either. Simply because eventually you will. A lot of unbeaten fighters never fought away from home. Floyd was a big culprit for that. Well, Floyd just, I don't know. See, here's the thing. I don't know if Floyd didn't want to fight these fighters because he felt he would lose, or he felt so bitter about how he was shitted on through his career. Floyd Mayweather, Pretty Boy, was just ridiculed based on how dominant he was. People need to understand that. Like, Floyd Mayweather was a guy that he wanted to fight Barrera. He wanted to fight Morales. He wanted to fight Prince Ahmed, and especially, he couldn't fight any of those fighters. He didn't have access to any of those fighters. They didn't want that. You know? And I think over the years he got bitter because his career would have been a lot better fighting guys that were already on the level, besides traveling through, weight classes to eventually make a name for himself. Whereas these guys at 122 and 126 and, in time 130, those guys were way more popular than Floyd was. Barrera and Morales fight, when Barrera fought Morales in 2000, bro, that was one of the biggest fights out there. Then you had Sugar Shane versus Oscar De La Hoya 1. Then you had Fernando Vargas versus Felix Trinidad later in that year. Listen, you had these plethora of fights where you still had guys like Floyd, Pretty Boy Mayweather, still trying to make his name known, and nobody really did look at him like that, okay? We got Rene Padilla. Errol posted a video of him having eye surgery. Ooh, shit, that sucks. It's going to be a while then. Come on, Candy. Are you trying to be funny? Who's Candy? DJ Anton. Blessings from South Wales. Kurt. Love Saudi. Keep putting AJ and Wilder on the same card but not fighting each other. Well, I mean, they have to keep winning. Both of them. Both of them. Box Showbiz. Nope. I won't box my brother. Love these live chats. I love them too. I love reaching out to you guys. Kurt, do you remember when Hunter ducked Hrgovic? What are the chances to get this fight? Counterpunch Boxing. Dr. Spako, let me tell you a story about that. I would like to tell you a story. Listen, I was in DR, okay? Like one of my second homes. I'm always out there. And this was in 2021. And I was out visiting like one of my girls, I don't know, but at that time. And like I had an interview with Michael Hunter. And I was gonna go somewhere in the mountains with my girl or whatever. She was like, "Ah, voy para la montaña con mi familia." I was like, "Dude, whatever." I start feeling shitty, and I was like, "Dude, I don't really feel too good." So I went home with the sleep for 4 hours straight. Boom, done. Woke up, start drinking some Presidente, right, the beer over there, and I got the call. Hey, Michael Hunter, the interviews came because I didn't know if he was going to be ready because I had to talk to one of his dudes to talk. You know how that shit goes. If you guys don't know, publicists and shit. So I talked to him. All right, so here it is. It was like this. It was like he gets on and I start asking him about the Eddie Hearn fight and why he did what he did. One of my girls, LOL DeVille, is a pimp. But so I'm sitting there sweating bullets. And he was like, "Dude, man, you're really sweating." I'm like, yeah. And I'm sitting there, and then like the internet was shitty. It was really choppy. Okay. And and we're sitting there having this, and he was cool. We were cool. He was like, because he was telling me like he always watches the channel and stuff like that. Man, I love counterpunch boxing, this, that, and the other. And I was like, cool, man. And he was talking about why. And like the way he explained it though, he didn't like the idea of leaving the country, and because he didn't like the control that Eddie had over the promotion, even though he was going to get like I think it was a split of like $1 million, like 1.1 million, and Hrgovic was going to get like 300,000, and he was going to get like that 700 or 800,000. He was going to get the lion's share of the money, but he was saying like I didn't like Eddie. So basically, he didn't like Eddie. He didn't like the shit that went on with Eddie. So it was really about Eddie. Meanwhile, I found out I had COVID and had to stay for like 10 days. That's a totally different story. Where is he? He just disappeared after he ducked Hrgovic. Well, I mean, he fought like a couple guys. Yo, read Rune's comments. Let's see. Wilder has the option to pick Zhang or Hrgovic, according to Mannix. Well, that's what I'm going to counterpunch and do a video on, but if he has that option, I think he should take it, and I think that option should be open to somebody. Why? Well, first of all, that somebody shouldn't be him, but if it is his option to take, he should definitely take Hrgovic. Put himself in a position to fight for the title. I mean, if that's what he wants to do. I mean, maybe Wilder just wants to fight AJ for that money. AJ, man, Wilder might say, Wilder's talking about the belts as a default because he will knock out AJ, and AJ's on the way to the belt. So if he knocks him out, he's going to be in that turn in default, but he's going to get that money doing so. So his objective is money, not going for those damn belts. He don't care about those belts. He cares about the money that he's going to get because he should have made that money before he got beat by Tyson Fury. He shouldn't even fought Tyson Fury. He should have fought anybody else but Tyson. And we know that could have been an option because he fought any and everybody else before in his whole damn career. So if I was him, I would definitely go for Hrgovic. Zhang, shit. I mean, but here's the thing. Zhang and Hrgovic, Zhang now is the WBO interim champion, which makes him the #1 WBO contender. Mandatory. If he fights Hrgovic is next in line for the mandatory. So we'll see what he does. I'd pick Zhang. Big Bang is the boogeyman. Okay. I mean, that would be the thing to show people that you are still here. You can knock out these guys that call themselves the shit nowadays, and you just revive. I will rise like the phoenix of the ashes. I will fight to the death. Yes, that's what he should do. He will rise like the phoenix of the ashes. You see, that's how it works. You see. Skrilla 50. Scance Ranch, you hitching your wagon to Zhang now. Well, maybe he is. I just knew he should have fought Zhang. Wilder isn't going to beat Hrgovic. I see Wilder knocking out Hrgovic. You know why? I think Wilder's better with taller fighters because he's a tall fighter. I think Parker was a little shorter. So if you notice when Wilder was throwing that shot, it was going right like Parker's head. Here's Parker's head. Here's Wilder's fist. Hrgovic, I don't think he has that capability. I think he'll knock out Hrgovic. I think he'll knock out Hrgovic. Hrgovic will be knocked out cold by Wilder. And Wilder, I think that'll happen. Zhang will retire Wilder within 5 rounds. Well, I think he would have to because I think he only has 6. I think he only has 6 good rounds. I need power. Blue eyes, behave, toots. Uh-oh, there they go. Quarrel. Love respect. I can see Wilder knocking out Hrgovic when he comes to throw a jab. Yeah. He knows Hrgovic too? No, bro. He come on. Give me some more. Hrgovic was going at him. No, man, I think Wilder would knock out Hrgovic. Zhang may be a different story because I think Zhang hits harder than Hrgovic. Not saying Hrgovic doesn't punch hard. I just don't think he can take shots like that from a guy that throws and lands that hard with one shot. Zhang sleeps Wilder badly. See, a lot of people are saying that. Wilder got mashed up bad, but his chin still held. I don't know if it's psychology or his willpower that gives him that chin or both. Well, you're just not look, anybody's just not going to knock out Wilder, though. I mean, that's just not, not anybody can do that, man. Honestly, I would favor this Wilder against anyone, but Bomb Squad is still my guy. He said I wouldn't favor this Wilder. Hey, man, I can appreciate your honesty. You know what I mean? It's like the Dallas Cowboys, right? That's your guy. Since Juice beat Parker and Parker beat Wilder, what's your opinion on Parker after the fact? I've never seen a trash boxer get so much love. Crazy. Philip Hrgovic KO Wilder in sparring. It's in YouTube. No, he didn't. I seen that shit. He did not KO Wilder. He did not drop Wilder. He did not do that. He didn't do no. That's false. I seen him. And he was like Hrgovic was giving him good work, but Wilder was like, "Come on, give me more." Because Hrgovic was throwing punches. Hrgovic was 19 years old, bro. Wilder was what, 25 or 26? No. Let's cut that out. Did you see how stupid he looked in the 8th round? What about Flash versus Char? Who the hell is Flash? If Zhang gets past Wilder's power, Wilder's in trouble. Yeah, but it has to be in every round that he's around. And Zhang ain't a Joseph Parker. Look, Parker has 9 years on Zhang, bro. 9! That's a decade of youth under Zhang. Zhang's coming in, bro, with a certain demeanor. But understand, he's coming in dangerous, but very stationary. The only thing that's going to move on Zhang is this here. You know what I mean? He's not gonna do any of that. He's not gonna do that shit. He's gonna look for his shots. James Bash blessing me with that cash. Zhang is a perfect matchup for Wilder to get back in the game. Zhang is large, slow target for the bomb to detonate as long as Wilder lands first. Boom! That's how you do it, James Bash. Man, keep blessing me with that cash. Listen, like I just said that. And I didn't even read the super chat, and we were on the same wavelength, same frequency. It's all about the frequency. See, the frequency is all that we need is the vibrations, and the vibrations. We're all God, and all God is in us. Zhang is a month. Chisora versus Char. He posted that on Instagram. Chisora versus Char. Hey, Kurt. I heard Mark Madoff making excuses about his hand being injured in a previous fight that went the distance, so he's looking like Wilder right now. Well, people don't like excuses. People get tired of that shit. Let's get 100 likes in here. We got 200 in the chat. How about that? Bars. Derek Chisora, Carlos Taka, Manuel Char, David Allen, Mark Demori need to retire from boxing forever and move out of the way. Yeah, I have no objection with that. Appreciate the 100 likes. Let's get 200. How about that? That's our next goal, isn't it? If Wilder dancing around like a ballerina, he will not catch Zhang. Well, first of all, if he's like, because eventually Zhang's going to corner his ass, and he does not want to get hit with shots like that. Because see, Parker threw overhand shots. You know what I mean? He threw over. He landed some pretty decent mid-range punches, but the punches that caught him was like, bow. Zhang ain't gonna punch you like that. Zhang's gonna punch you with a straight left, right hand, straight left. He might throw a left or a straight left to the body, come back with the right hook. Listen, if Wilder does that fucking rope-a-dope bullshit he was doing, he's going to get his fucking head knocked off. How I say it, Scance Rants knocked off in the fourth row into some popcorn? Yep, that. He better be careful. He picks Zhang. He better be ready to bang. He be better. I think based on Malik Scott, they're probably going to try to grab it and stretch Zhang into this like past 6. And that's even dangerous because you're going to have to go through 6 rounds with Zhang. Zhang's got momentum, bro. He's got that. I just knocked out Joe Joyce on my mind. I got you on my mind now. I bet you I can knock you out. So that's what I'm going to focus on doing. Where you at? Where you at? Bro, you better be careful. Luis Ortiz versus Chisora. I would see that because they're both old. I think Chisora is slowing down enough. I've always wanted to see Luis Ortiz and Dillian White, though. Yeah, Turkey picks these fights. He sure does. Errol Spence just deleted the post where he said his eye problems made Crawford catch him so many. Oh, Mr. Isaac, I'm gonna counterpunch that. Now he talking that shit. He erased it because he know he wrong for that. You don't say nothing like that. Zhang's skills will finish Wilder in, and I know it's selfish of me, but I still want AJ Wilder to get it on next, even though Parker deserves his shot. I get it. I mean, I understand that. I want to see Joshua and Wilder too. I want to see those guys too. White still won't fight Ortiz. Scance Rants, ain't that a shame? DJ Anton is that a tick syndrome? Yeah, I think I stopped. I when I found out he had a problem, Arslanbic, I left it alone because because I know people like they can't help it, and it's like, damn, that would suck. Imagine you couldn't stop doing that shit all the time. People are like, what the fuck wrong with him? And then look, and here's the deal. I don't care how you look. I don't care about the money. Well, maybe the money might help you, but you know what I mean? Like if you're a regular, everyday Joe bloke, and you go up to a girl and try to holler at her, hey, baby, how are you? They're going to think this motherfucker on meth. Get your meth head ass away from me. Thank you. Bye-bye. Darrell Alexander coming in with that Cinco. Wilder needs to mix his old style and his new style together. Box when he is in trouble. Get on the front foot whenever he is trying to attack. I do agree, Darrell Alexander. Everybody donate Cinco, $5 to the chat and hit the like button, please. Spirit, I disagree. I think Zhang is super dangerous early. The Zhang Wilder fight, he fought Fury. He might have shot. Well, what do you say? Wilder can't box. What about Ruiz versus Franklin as a fight? I would love to see Ruiz versus Franklin. That would be a good fight. And I'll say this: I think Turkey could bring Ruiz over there, and maybe just maybe Ruiz has been humbled. It's been humbled. Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. That's the best fight out there. Not if he gets beat by Usyk, is it? Let me ask you guys a question. Would you still want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua if Alexander Usyk beats Tyson Fury? By Y's and N's. Please. Please. We got over 200 people in here. Let me repeat. Would you guys still want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua if Alexander Usyk beats Tyson Fury? I got one person, James Bash. No two. No three. Topentine, James Bash. Sanctions Media. Yes, okay. Yes, says Mr. Isaac. Yes, says Skrilla 50. Robert, Cal. Okay. Well, never mind. I got one no, and that's King Mike Hall in the building. But I mean, it's how he gets beat, though, right? Scance Rant says no. So we got King Mike Hall, Scance Rant. Everybody else saying yes. Huh. But that's funny. I guess we Americans think alike, don't we? I don't want to see that shit. Because I know Scance Ranch, you're American, and King Mike Hall American, and I'm American. So everybody's saying yes except us. You know, Black Warrior Spirit. No, Fury needs to win that fight. Okay, see, Spirit, Black Warrior Spirit. Where are you from? Are you American? UK? Where are you from? Good big, a good biggin will always beat a good little one. Okay. California, see? Look, everybody American said hell no. Because it's like this. That's the reason why the Wilder and AJ fight is like, because it's like, okay, well, Wilder got to beat somebody now. He don't want to fight Parker again, whatever. Okay. But he still has to beat somebody worth of shit to prove that he's worth of shit. We like, this is we're hard over here. See, here's the thing. That's what I love about my British peeps or people in other places. They don't have the mindset. See, we're all about capitalism and winning and greed and shit like that. You know what I mean? You know, winners, you know what I mean? Second place is first loser type shit, right? So, yeah, I'm American slash British Commonwealth. Okay, but still, see, American? No, we don't see that shit. I am from America, and I said yes. Skrilla 50. Oh, you said yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Boom. But hey, here's the point. All Americans said no. Every one of them. James Bash. I'm American, by the way, of Nigeria. Does that count? I don't know. See, you can't take Nigeria away, though. See, that's like saying AJ ain't Nigerian. But you are not Nigerian. You are not Nigerian. I am Nigerian. Shit, ask Effie. Just ask Effie. But no, James Bash, you're good, bro. But no, I mean, but it's funny that most people that were here, you know, they like, I don't know, I guess it's the mindset of how we look at winners versus losers. And I think we should stop that shit, but it's so engraved. I don't want to see that shit now. You got beat, right? Then everybody gets and pushes away from the table or away from the television and go on about their business and go home and try to get home without getting pulled over or run into a ditch because everybody was drinking after a good fight. You know? Iffy. I need to see Skrilla 50's driver's license. He's from Manchester. Wilder's family and friends put it all on Parker, and those sweet odds, Wilder carried Parker. Okay. Without the belts, AJ versus Fury. And AJ versus Wilder would mean nothing when he KOs them both. More Jamaican in UK than Jamaica. That's true. That's crazy. Man, I was in Jamaica, and it's so weird, man. I was in Jamaica, 10 years ago, and I was in Montego Bay. And I don't know if you guys remember, like BET used to have like I don't even know if you guys got that over in the UK, but BET used to have this show called Caribbean Rhythms, and it used to be hosted by this lady. Damn, I mean I forget her name, but she was gorgeous. She looked like Vanity's sister. Well, Vanity's sister. She looked better than Vanity's sister. She was bad. Yeah, we had BET, but remember Caribbean Rhythms. The hostess on that. What's up, Kurt? You be speaking the truth, man. I'm trying, but man, that's who she looked like. She was walking down the street, and I was on a tour bus. And I'm the type of dude, like, especially then, I was adventurous. Like, I didn't, like, my mindset is if I walk past somebody and I know I don't, and they could be drop dead gorgeous, and I say nothing, that I look at that as like a forever an opportunity that you missed. You know what I mean? Because you don't know. You never know. You might just be like, okay. And like nowadays, I'll make excuses why I shouldn't. Like, oh, she probably married, got five kids. I don't deal with that shit. You know what I mean? But understand, like, I think about that because I should have said something. She could have had a boyfriend or anything. He could have been right around the corner. You bummer clock, blah, you know. But like, I don't know. You got me Googling Caribbean. Man, it was like she was gorgeous and she was walking. I mean, she was gorgeous. She had skin like a construction paper, bro. She was cream color, beautiful, wavy hair, banging. I was like, Jesus Christ, right? I got out of the bus and I didn't get out of the bus. I didn't. I wanted to. But I was like, oh my God, you know, she's gorgeous, gorgeous. And it's so crazy. I remember that from 11 years ago. That was in 2012. Yeah, man. Is it Amanda Lewis? I don't know. Was it Amanda Lewis? But yeah, beautiful, beautiful. You know, because I mean, you don't know. You might be walk past your wife and you don't know because, you know, oh, I'm not going to do that. No, you're too fucking nice. If you see somebody that you're interested in, there's nothing wrong with speaking. Everybody has their head down looking at their phones these days. You know what I mean? That sucks. You know what I mean? Kurt, salute. Kurt, the Mac, for show. Black Warrior Spirit, counterpunch to you. Let's go. Bars. No, it was Rachel. It was Rachel. Tom Booth confronts homeless man over 1 pound. Okay. What else is new? You know, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. Absolutely. King Mike Hall in the building. Counterpunch to you. Counterpunch, baby. Her name was Rachel Stewart. Yeah, I wonder how she looks now. She's probably about 51. You know what I mean? I say she's about 51. Pretty good with age, you know, because I know she was older than me. If you actually worked on the business side, she's probably older than that, knowing her. See how fast these fighters get dropped. I work with a PBC and fighters with Golden Boy. Yeah, it's fickle. It's fickle, bro. What do you think? What is the next step for Hrgovic? Because Joshua will fight in Ngannou. Do you think he will fight in March or will wait? No, I think that fight is the biggest fight that could be made because the Joshua fight did not happen. I don't care what Wilder believes. The fight's not happening now, and they've moved on. And what they've moved on to, obviously, is the Francis Ngannou fight versus Joshua fight. And that's the biggest fight that they can make besides the undisputed fight. We've seen the plethora of fighters that fought. We got the winners and we got the losers. Now, if Wilder is an option to fight Zhang, he has to consider himself fortunate. Fortunate. Like, stop talking about AJ. Worry about knocking Zhang ass out or whoever you decide to fight. You don't want Parker again. Worry about the people in front of you. Don't worry about the people that's over there or this person over here. No, because the person in front of you is the person that is closer to knocking you out, to punching you in your face, to attacking you, to putting you in your place. Bars. You know? I'm going to Cab at the end of the month. Cabo. I'll be like Kurt and get some Scance Ranch models on my team. You do that, brother. You do that. Get some Scance Ranch t-shirts. Go see and like, okay. I had my first shirts. Everything was local because I always believe in supporting the community. I'm going to eventually go to Spring Tees and do the official YouTube shit. But my first shirts were made by one of my ex girlfriends. My ex girlfriends made my first shirts, and she was mad talented. She made a design. It has Counterpunch Boxing News on it. The guy with punch in the bag, and then it had hashtag Counterpunch on the back. And I had white, I had gray, I had blue, uh, white, gray, blue, black, red. Um, gonna be the first model on my team. I heard that. You got to throw her in there. Them eyes, boy. Man, I got the biggest argument over them eyes. You remember that, Nikki? Excuse me. Francis Ngannou is a brawler. He dominated UFC with a stand-up in wrestling when the boxers, he don't have to worry about takedown, defense, or legs if he was trained by Big George Foreman. I mean, it's Ike Barabucci versus Anthony Joshua. You gotta go with Ike. You gotta go with Ike. Salute Kurt in the chat. Hit that like button. Bobby Collins in the building. And Ngannou is too old, 38 years old, and his experience is non-existent. Well, if the power starts bothering Ngannou, he's doomed. Because see, they gotta make me make a t-shirt. I mean, like that's what you like. A lot of times, like people or girls, like beautiful girls, because I run into this problem. Let's say I'll go to Barbados or go to or Brazil or something like that, and I approach a girl. The first thing they're gonna think you're trying to sleep with them. Well, that's not the case, So because I've ran into this problem, and it's like, okay, well, I have merchandise. I have a channel, and then you have to show your credentials and all that. That sometimes gets kind of redundant because it's like I don't have to show you shit. I'm just offering you an opportunity, like and that's why I have like ex-girlfriends and stuff like that, or to model because they already know me. But if you do have shirts or merchandise and you do want to get it across, that's good. Like, hey, then at that meantime, you can get to know them because they're going to want to know what kind of, oh, we got the whole 1,000 subscribers. Okay, yeah. And then they know, like, oh, okay, this motherfucker ain't bullshitting. He's not what we thought he was. Hey, how about let's have lunch? That type of stuff. I've been waiting. I've been to Barbados. The women are beautiful. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's chill there, though. I like it, though. It's like you go to certain parts of DR. Like I like going to like Nagua, which is smaller. Sosua is like a tourist attraction. Like women everywhere that come from other places, and they're real aggressive, and they really they get on your nerves most of the time. If you're a guy that never been there, you're gonna be you're gonna be that dude. But if you're there, if you've been to the country, you've been to the cities and the places in that country, and you visited it enough, that gets old. It just gets old. I don't want I don't want chicks grabbing my junk. I don't like that. I'm like, I'm like Bruce. I'll turn into, what I started doing, especially when I start drinking excessively over there. When they try that, I pull a Donald Trump on them. Grab muddy pussy. Hey, get away. Yeah, get away, motherfucker. Stop grabbing me. What do you want from me? Yeah. Colombia has the best looking women, but crime rate is awful. I'm going there in March. I've been to Colombia twice. All right, so I'm going to Cartagena in March. So we'll see. Dominican girls look black. Wait, Dominican girls love Black Americans like crazy. Well, Turpentine, they love Black American money. That's what they love. You know what I mean? Because, like, you hear Dominicans talk about Dominicans. They ain't shit. They don't do this. Dominican men. They don't do this. They don't do that. And then you leave there and go away. Then I got pregnant. Who you get pregnant by? Oh, Dominican. Oh. Yeah, the one that don't help you and don't do shit. Yeah, cool. But Kurt, have you been to Colombia? I have. Yeah, I love it there. I've been there twice. What Jarrell do? Well, Jarrell has made a statement. If you guys don't know, that he will be vindicated, or his lawyer has said that he will be vindicated due to things that people didn't know based on what they've gathered. Okay, so let's hope that's true. I honestly believe Zhang will freeze Wilder like Ortiz froze Martin. Damn. That'd be scary, bro. If he hit Wilder and Wilder did this. Crazy. Will be a heavyweight champion at 40. He needs to brawl like the great George Foreman. Been to Medellin 4 times. The weather is amazing. Yeah, it's beautiful down there. It's beautiful down there. Bogota was off the chain. They got this beer, dude. I can't wait. So, like, my thing is, hold on. This is what I do these days. Okay. Um, um, the towel he cleanse. So I get that you can take this for 15 days, 2 weeks. And like I like to clean my body, clean it out, right? It's a good liver cleanse, good for digestion and stuff like that. And like as far as alcohol, liquor and stuff, I don't want any of that stuff until I leave the country. You know what I mean? The only beer or liquor I want to put to my mouth is Colombian, right? Them Cartagena girls love that black man money. They drain my pockets, Kurt. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. My Peruvian, well, I guess how you look at it. My Peruvian ex-girlfriend loves black American culture. She wants me to dress hip-hop style, but my background is African. You're not African American, Topentine. You need to tell her that. You need to tell her, wait. Ex-girlfriend, that's good. That means she's with an American now. Ripping my B-boy, rocking with my B-boy style. Bongo. But AJ takes 80% of the purse. He's a very good heavyweight prospect from Japan. Okay. Cool. Mishuro. Brandon. Okay. Yeah, be yourself. Exactly, Scance Rants. I mean, like, a lot of people, they see a person, you know, like some people just because you're from a certain country don't mean shit. I one of my ex triple X girlfriends, my high school sweetheart, she's from Venezuela. She doesn't listen to salsa. She doesn't listen to merengue. She doesn't listen to any of that shit. She don't like that. This motherfucker likes Alanis Morissette. Like Alanis Morissette. You know what I mean? She's not that type of person. Now, don't get me wrong. She can cook, arepas and stuff like that. The Venezuelan food. But she's not that typical Venezuelan person. You know what I mean? She speaks English. You know what I mean? Not the person. Because see, some Spanish girls, they don't like to speak English. It's just not them. Like a lot of Dominicans, they don't like to speak it. They, hello, how are you? ¿Qué feo? No me gusta de hablar inglés. Yeah, I see you don't. My Colombian ex-girl loves money like I should return into a sign. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much that. These cleanses are a waste of money. Okay, wait a minute. They only have a placebo effect. No, these work. These work. Snow, Francis got 10 million for the Fury and yes, 20 million for fighting AJ. I guess AJ will get 50. Well, I think here's the thing. I think at this point, they won't really disclose what they make. Airsizzle, much love to you too, brother. I don't care what anyone says, but no one beats Megan Good in terms of appearance. Megan Good. Megan Good is now with Jonathan Majors. I wonder if she's still with him. He's just got dropped from Marvel. Poor bastard. Do a water fast. Yeah. Yeah, I've been dropping some pounds though, man. I've been trying to, dude, these donuts, I feel like a cop or a narc, you know? Go to Sevilla or Cadiz, Kurt. Find you an a what? Andalusian woman. What the hell is that? Oh, I gotta screenshot that. She is still with him. That's cool. That's good. But it's a lot of people like it's so crazy. Yeah, Megan Good is she is fine. Yeah, she's a real pretty girl. She's from Kansas City, where like half of my family's from. Her, Columbus Short, yeah. A Spanish bird, Kurt. Oh, okay. All right. St. Don, why does UK support a guy with 3 losses and no belts more than an undefeated WBC champ? I don't get it. Huh. I mean, St. Don supports Tyson Fury. That's who you're talking about. Majors did an interview today, one on Disney. English women are the best, in my opinion. Now, I love women with the English with their accents, bro. Love an English accent. It's sexy. I love it. I would love to see Usyk versus Wilder, but don't think it will ever happen. I don't know. You'll never know. I mean, certain people have to win and certain people have to lose. You know what I'm saying? Damo Fenton, 2-time. We're talking about Deontay Wilder, aren't we? Mr. Beautiful Blues. English accents are regional. Which one of your favorites? I don't know. The sexy ones. Kurt Bakari Jololov versus Deontay Wilder. No, he's not big enough for Wilder. Spanish accents and women is sexy too. Some of them sound like chopped up pieces of shit. Yeah, yo see, I think you're then I don't see no, I don't. I'm like, yeah, shut up. Just speak Spanish, innit? Don't speak English to me, please. Work on your shit. Your accent sucks. Do you think AJ Fury will ever happen? Bongo bongo. Maybe, dude. Oh, the ones from Spain. Yeah. Yeah, I like Spanish. I like Spanish girls. When I mean Spanish girls, I mean European Spanish girls. The ones that looks like Millie from Puerto Rico. You think they're related to Jennifer Anderson. You know what I mean? You're like, damn, where'd she come from? Part of Indiana she's from until she starts speaking. You're like, oh, shit, wait a minute. Chicks look like they're from Argentina. Don't cry for me. Yeah, Americans love the accent, but love turns into jealousy very fast. I experienced it firsthand because of my accent is British. I believe you. Yeah, you guys, yeah, you get all the women over here. Come to America. Oh, man, you'll rack up. Spanish girls have big booties. Some of them, not all. And Andalusia is in Spain, right next to, Gibraltar. Yeah. Those few places with Islam in Spain. Oh, man, an Islamic Spanish chick with oval lime green eyes, beautiful smile. That'd be great. Kurt, it's been a pleasure. It's always been time to eat some food and chill for the evening. God bless Kurt and everyone here. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. I'll always keep you near. Bars. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. All right, Kurt, when you take down the Christmas tree, I still got it up. Man, yeah, I ain't taking it down. I didn't put it up. So I ain't taking it down. Spanish accents make Spanish girls sound masculine, sexy, though. I don't know. Depends on who's saying it. Brazilian girls are underrated. Some of them. I lived in Brazil a year. So my experience with Brazil is I understood this. And this is going to be kind of sad, but it's the truth. And I'm going to get off of this subject because this is a boxing channel. Because I know now we're getting all thirsty talking about women. Okay. But the most beautiful girls that you will ever see in Brazil will never leave Brazil. I'm going to say that again. The most beautiful girls that you will ever see from Brazil will never leave Brazil. In other words, you would have to come to Brazil to experience the beauty in that place. Like most people from Rio de Janeiro, unless you're just wealthy, you might come from a wealthy home, and you might stay in Baratijuca or Lebron or someplace like that. That's that you're wealthy. But if you're not, if you're an every average day beautiful Brazilian woman, 5'7", 5'8", like this, legs stout, beautiful, skin looking like a damn crayon, green-eyed, gray-eyed, colors, hazel, wavy hair. Look. If you you won't witness that in New York. You won't see that in Miami unless those girls left. But the most beautiful ones there have never left Brazil, have never left Rio de Janeiro, have never left Curitiba, have never left Salvador, has never left those places at all. That's the sad part. So if you want to see the most beautiful Brazilian women ever, you need to go there, because you're not going to see them walking around. Because more than likely, the girls that are in New York, that are in Miami, God knows what they had to do to get their ass in Miami, especially if they have no family in Miami or New York. Facts. So you don't know what they did, and I don't want to know what they did, and I don't want to be a part of what they did, because a part of what they did is probably what you're going to have to experience if you ever messed with them in the first place to get to where they are. Why don't they leave? It's not the fact, because Brazilians don't leave their country. They just don't. Like, a lot of Brazilians don't, unless they come to go to visit. You have a lot of problems in Brazil, a lot of corruption in Brazil, but Brazil is not a place where it's like America. It's like the size of the USA. It's not as populated. USA has about 330 million people minus the illegals. Brazil has about 278 million. Okay, on the national average. But like the people there, they are Brazilian. I mean, Brazil is a whole nother world. They're not like a country that like Mexico, or, they're not that place that, you have people like, hey, yeah, we're going to Brazil. Like you have their own Brazilian artists. You got like Naldo Beni. You guys ever heard of Naldo Beni? No, because he's a Brazilian. Brazilian is like the biggest country in South America, and they don't really have I can't say the outside connection to the rest of the world. It's a different world there. Portuguese is like, that's the language. So you have people, Tia Maria and Luciana Sosa and Eliana Elias, and these people, like some of them have went abroad, and they're famous singers or whatever, and they live in a lot of people know him of UFC, Anderson Silva, the Spider, and all this shit. But, a lot of the singing and stuff like that, that's Brazilian. And it's like, wow, I never heard of this ever. I never heard of these people. Until you go there, and then you're like, oh, shit. And you see people humming the same shit. Then you see the old man. I'm like, damn, they're singing the same shit, isn't it? So, it's crazy. But anyway, back to boxing. Blaine Walker, Andy Ruiz failed to secure a fight in 2023. He might even waste another year again. He might, but I don't think he will, because I think he will be broke by that time. I think Andy Ruiz's resources will be totally exhausted if he waits another year to take another fight. I believe that. I think if he keeps on, he's going to end up, for one, he's going to be so rusty he won't be worth a shit. What's up, Powerhouse? Counterpunch to you. Kurt, who is the winner of Fury Usyk? Usyk. Let's see. St. Don, AJ already restored Britain's reputation after Fury ducked the Klitschko rematch and got busted for steroids. It's kind of far-fetched because it's long ago. Fury is still the man to beat and the GOAT, arguably in this day and age, like him or not. Well, here's the truth. Fury should have fought Joshua already. Fury fought Wilder. He should have fought Joshua too. Since he didn't fight Joshua too, I don't think that that's a proven fact that Tyson is the man to beat. Because if he gets beat by Usyk, that means Usyk has beat AJ and Fury. Now, if Tyson beats Usyk, Tyson has beat Wilder and Usyk. He hasn't fought AJ. You know, he has to fight them all. You can't fight, oh, I fought that one dude over here, and now that one dude's got his ass whooped. Now what do you got? Who do you really have a trophy for? A guy that already got been beat? That guy that you've been beat? That guy that beat his ass already has that trophy just like you're holding. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody else has that trophy. Oh, that's right. My brother, Joseph Parker. Who cares? Do people go to Brazil for women or the cocaine? What the man? No, people don't go. I didn't go there for nothing like that. I went there. The first time I went to Brazil was in 2012. And I didn't go there for drugs or no stupid shit like that. I did go there to meet women. I did go there. I heard things about the women, and I wanted to know what the fuss was about. You know, I was a very young man, and I was ready. You know, exactly. He must defend his record, 100% facts. Yeah, he needs to defend his record, but I mean, you know, if somebody else beat him, what it is what it is. And I found out real quick what it was, and I was just taken aback. But it wasn't just the women, it was the culture too. See, I'm a Latin-based dude, you know, like my roots are Cuban roots. When you see Afro anything, when like samba and bossa nova and, you know, like these, like the music was just beautiful. You know, you had capoeira down there, you know, you had jiu-jitsu down there, you know, like it, you know, I think that's like, you know, like I fell in love with the culture. Like even before I went to Brazil, I knew what samba and bossa nova and all that was. You know, so I was in love with that before. I'm like, damn, that's beautiful. Oh, you mean the elevator music? Yeah, motherfucker, the elevator music. You know, heard his Spanish and Portuguese really similar. Okay. Everyone is talking about AJ Fury and Wilder while ignoring Usyk. Well, don't worry. You won't have time to ignore him once he boxes Tyson Fury's head off. Yeah, I said it. Here's a bet, Kurt. If Usyk wins, I will donate 200 pounds to the channel. But if Fury wins, you send me some free t-shirts. Deal or no deal? FTB. You got it. That's a deal. And I'm screenshotting it. Wait. There you go. Boom. The screenshot, you got to screenshot it too. So the screenshot represents the virtual handshake. Just tell me the colors you want, you got it. If Tyson Fury, yeah, fucking Dawson, you missed one. I told you I was gonna be too sick. Give me a beer online. I'm here, bloody bastards. You know? So yeah. Oh, definitely. You got it. 200 pounds. Boom. I'm the man. And it's going down. I'll be right here on this couch. What's up, Fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille. Great. Yep. Did you watch Cat Williams' interview? Oh, my God. Cat. No. Yeah, I seen that, bro. It's our side and it's their side. We godly over here. That's Satan. You know? Yeah, man. Cat, bro, he went hard. If Fury beats Usyk, he has Klitschko and Wilder on his resume. 3 big names, Usyk, Klitschko, and Wilder. Fury does coke and wins fights. It's what he does. He's one of ours. There's only one Tyson Fury. How you like that, me boy? I told you, Dawsons, I'm the best that ever came out of his mother's. Yes, man. Look, it would be hilarious It would be hilarious, but I just don't see him doing that. But hey, Tyson Fury can box, people seem to overlook. Yeah. Wilder, Joshua got in there with Usyk and dropped the ball. Fury gonna go in there. Come on, Usyk! Come here, you little middleweight! Don't run away, you bastard! I'm going to beat you! I'm going to teach you! Bars! I made a bar. I'm going to beat you, Usyk! Come here, you little dosser! Come here! Quit running! What are you, ballerina, you fag? Like, whoa, what? I know you dance fairies! Come on! He'll come out saying, come on! that's I think that's how Fury should win. Fury should just go out there and just get mad. Dude, check your blood pressure. I'm good. Yeah, man, Fury should just come out there ready for anything, man. He just, ding, ding, come on, you Dawson! Come on! Come on! Come on! Hit me! Come on, hit me and I'll hit you! We're not gonna do this song and dance back and forth shit! Come on! Yeah. Kurt, what do you think? Is Tony Yoka a good opponent for Jared Anderson? Yeah, I think so. But then more than likely they'll put in Junior Faja. Don't be surprised if Usyk drops Fury. If that happens, no one can talk about AJ's chin compared to Fury. If that happens, bro, it'll be over for Fury. And Fury, I think people would have to worry about Fury. And I wouldn't trash him like that, because you have to see what kind of mental condition he is in. Because if Tyson Fury truly has mental illness, that means that Tyson Fury may be at risk of harming himself. Let's just keep it a buck. If that's what it is. You sound like Popeye, the Sailor Man, doing your Fury's impression. No, Popeye sounds like this, Troy. Hey, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man. Not sure what to think. Fury is a big man, a slick boxer for a heavyweight, but is not disciplined and has mental issues. I don't know. Don't know, guys. I think Usyk will beat him. Usyk will just have too much for the day. I think he'll do what it takes to win, because, see, one thing about Usyk's not going to let you outshine him. So even if, let's say, Fury's going to open up, at one point, Fury is going to open up on Usyk. He's going to, he's going to do that. He's going to throw 5 or 6 punches. The crowd is going to go, they're going to do that, right? And then Usyk is going to come back with his own, he's going to come back and match that. So it's going to be a back and forth fight. It's not going to be Tyson Fury trying to steal a show, because it's going to be I think it's going to be a fight where both guys will try to outshine each other. And if they try to do that, we're going to have one of the best fights that we've seen all year, with some of the best undefeated fighters and champions that we have now. Am I dead yet? Hey, Kurt and everyone, counterpunch to you. Now Fury's fans are playing the mental illness card. He had mental illness. If Fury beats Usyk, he will really trash talk about, oh yeah, I told you I was going to beat the little one. It wasn't hard at all. I told you. I just hit him and slapped him around like he's my little son or my little nephew or some shit like that. Fury has educational jab, which separates him from most others in today. Okay, lay off the coffee, Kurt. It's like playing football in the house. You'll end up breaking something. I don't drink coffee. That's showbiz. I drink Kachava and acai berry vitamin water, or water with lemon. That's it. But listen, guys, it's been fun. Almost 3 hours in here in the trenches. Thank you guys for coming on. I'm about to start doing some videos for the channel. Love you guys. You guys be safe. We'll go live tomorrow as well, around the same time. We're going to try to keep it at about 10 o'clock. But you guys be good, be safe, be nice to each other, be blessed, and everyone has been counterpunched. Peace.